If the first game breaks, no get you know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, blue games after this win. First year game, we're here for the first May. Carry by keep never 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Unbelievable place. Great university. Knoxville's unbelievable city. Great people. The passion for football is even greater than I thought it would be. And man, Neyland Stadium, I said it, a couple of years ago, and I still think it's the best football experience for a college football fan or a player in the country.
Just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. The old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
Mark Stoops is 2-9 against this team, and to walk around this place before the game, I was disgusted. The smugness of those guys just walking around like, we're going to walk in here, we're going to kick your ass, and you can't do anything about it. And it made me sick. And you know what? They did it. They still did it. What the hell can we not? Can we just beat this team? I know that Mark Stoops has done a lot of good things. This is his one really bad thing. The stupid stat about beating teams with a winning record and taking the next step and blah, blah. Just freaking beat Tennessee. Please, can we just stop losing to this stupid team with their stupid orange color, their stupid...
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
And yeah, other than that, I think just the fans. I love the fans, the culture here. And yeah, that's pretty much what I chose.
I'm gonna have to get him to start watching my film in the off season too.
Obviously, I watch Coach Howard's old clips. It's kind of like black because they ain't got that. You ain't got
black and white.
They ain't got the black and white film up, man.
Do you remember when we fell in love? I remember, don't worry. Do you remember? I remember how it all began. How could I ever forget? It's the first time. Do you remember? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air now. I can feel it in hands. I can feel it in each other. I can feel it. It's coming in the air now.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening, man. We got a lot of good news. Got a lot of positivity going on in this fan base right now, man. Look, it's kind of comical. I woke up this morning, had some nice relaxing time with the family, watched some TV, watched a little good. Cracked open a couple of rock stars. I said, I'm going to go down to the office. I'm going to put together a video. It was a banger. It was a banger. Knocked out a home run talking about a linebacker prospect that's getting ready to commit this week. I go to spot check the audio. My PC wasn't having it. They said, "Hey, bro, we're gonna throw your microphone to this webcam up here instead of your $100 microphone that you've got in front of your face." It was a disaster. In the time that I went and tried to fix the audio, we got a commitment, boys, and we were off to the races, and it's been a good day from there forward. Couple of portal commitments. It is GMAC Eve. I said, we got to go live. I went upstairs. I told the wife, I said, this is what happened. Complete disaster. She said, yeah, but it worked out for the better, right? I said, absolutely. Somebody's got to work tonight. So that's what we're doing. I put up the bat signal. I said, we're going to do a fan call-in show. And then something crazy happened. Something crazy happened. We hit 25,000 subscribers. And I don't ever get nervous on here, man. I never get nervous. I've had a lot of big-time people. I've had J.D. Piquel, Austin Price. Anybody in the Knoxville media has been on this channel. I don't get nervous. My wife's like, what would you do if Josh Eibel came on? I said I would talk to him. But I don't know that I have the words to say to you guys right now, and that's why I'm on here by myself, because I want to speak directly to you as the guy that drives this ship, the guy that is at the front of the locomotive. I don't do this on my own, but I'm the guy that's driving the train, and I don't know that I have the words to say to you guys. But let's see what you guys have to say, then we'll get into it here. Kevin Curley becomes a member of the channel. Will Dry also becomes a member of the channel. We appreciate that, guys. Thank you for the support. T. Malone, been a member for 3 months. We appreciate that, my man. Robert dropping that 20 spot. Robert's the man. Robert and his wife both watch the show. They are heavily active with the volunteer club. He's a captain of the volunteer club. You can go check the link in the description. Get in where you fit in with the volunteer club. Maybe that's how we're landing some of these big-time portal commitments. But Robert drops a 20 spot. That's an Orange Boy. You guys already know we got to do this.
Rocky Top!
Robert says, congratulations, Boogie and crew on 25K. Thank you, Mrs. Boogie, for sharing your man with all of us Vol addicts. Big, exciting times ahead, GBO. Yeah, shout out to her and my family, man. And that's something I'll get into here in just a second. I'm not going to make these guys sit in the back room too long. But I got a lot I want to say off the top of the show. Jay Russell for 5. Appreciate the super chat. Congrats, Boogie, on 25K. Best balls community online, bar none. Memphis Ball for 2. Early bird gets the worm. Appreciate that super chat, brother. David Hall for 5. Dorothy, I hope Coach Jay's mother continues to do well. Going to sit back and listen to the best cast ever. Go big, damn orange. I can see Coach Jay in the background saying thank you for that. That's another part of this, man. That's another part of this channel, this community that it blows my mind, and it makes me grateful, and it leaves me speechless. I'm a dude that never shuts up. I never shut up. I talk into a microphone all day, still looking for the words. Joey Carroll for 5 says, Dorothy, congrats on 25K. Casey Greer becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate that, Casey. You guys can hit that join button down below. Jonathan Boyd found it. He clicked it. We appreciate that support. It's $1 a month, and you guys keep the lights on around here. We appreciate you guys. VFL Logan for 5 says, congratulations, best Vol content, period. I think, thank you for that, Logan. Ryan Davis for 5. My dad saw Christian Moore at the Alabama basketball game. Also, I'm hoping that when I get my break at work tomorrow, I'll see that GMAC is evolved. Well, me and Coach Jay got you covered bright and early tomorrow morning. We're going to be right back here on the Talkin VAWLS Network streaming that commitment live. So tune in for that. Culberson for 8. Congratulations, Vol fam. Mama, we made it. Colt of 8. Have we made it? Can we shut it down? Can we just quit? Breaking news. I'm off to Sports Talk Jay's channel. I'm a sellout. He offered me a lot of money. I'm going to go hang out with him. A shout out to Sports Talk Jay. I'm going to talk about him in just a second, too. I should have told the guys in the back to show up at 7:30. I got so much I want to get off my chest. Andrew Gross for 5. VFL fan. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Philip from Wartburg. Been a member for 14 months. Boogie on the big screen with 25,000 of my closest friends. Well, they didn't all show up. They didn't get the memo. We got 360 of them here, though. Make sure all of them smash the thumbs up. Will Murley, been a member for 26 months. Appreciate that, brother. Scott Bennett for 5. Dorothy, let's go, Boogie. You are the best at it on the net for Vol fan bases. Well, I appreciate those kind words, Scott. Jamie Roberts, been a member for 17 months. Proud of you, brother. Let's run this train to 50K. Let's go. Jonathan Boyd for 20. That's orange. We'll do it.
Rocky Top!
Boogie, they dropped the bag on these boys. I'm excited. More than 22 GBO. We are trending up. Bama is falling apart. Life is great. I got to update the leaderboard because I love it when somebody drops a $19.99 super chat and then somebody else comes in and says, nope, I'm going to drop 20 so that I can be on the leaderboard. But that's why the leaderboard exists, to make you guys compete with each other. I'm struggling here. This is what I need a co-host to make one of them talk so that I can update the leaderboard. Let's see. John Watts for 20. That ain't cheap, man. $20 ain't cheap. Shout out Jonathan Boyd. Appreciate that. I'm here for it too, man. It's time for things to change, and that's what's happening. John Watts for $20. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
John Watts for 20 says, congratulations on your growth as a channel and as a host. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, man. It's kind of crazy to look back on 25,000 subscribers. And that's what I was doing before we went live, man. I went back and looked at the first ever episode of Talkin VAWLS. It was August the 29th, 2016. We previewed Tennessee versus all teams, App State. Tennessee against App State. It was myself, Vols, JP, and Snake. That's two real-life friends, man, and it was crazy to look back. We recorded the audio. We uploaded it. There were no live streams. There were no videos. We did it once a week after the games. It was for fun, and that was the whole point of the channel, even going back prior to Talkin VAWLS ever existing. Comic book podcast, wrestling podcast, played video games, all kinds of goofy stuff, because I love YouTube. It's been a passion for close to 8 or 9 years at this point. This is what I enjoy doing. And it was never about money. I was laughing, talking to it about my wife. Like the guy that got me into YouTube, when he started his channel, it was like, can I just make enough money to pay off this capture card? I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? He made $50 on YouTube. Like, it was never about money. But then, the more time we spent around it, the more it grew. And this thing became your channel. And that's the beautiful thing. 25,000 subscribers. I'm grateful for you guys. You guys are what make Talkin VAWLS different than the other places you can go watch Tennessee content. You guys have become a part of the show, whether you're in the chat or whether tonight you're going to be opened up to the fan call-in show. You guys make this channel what it is, and I'm grateful that you want to be here. Like, the way the channel has changed throughout the years, it's just crazy to watch the story unfold, and I'm blessed, man. I'm grateful for every single one of you, whether you love the show or you hate the show. Like, there's a lot of haters out there, right? And that's something you got to learn to deal with as a content creator. But the beautiful thing is, the more the channel grew, some of the haters say you only do this for money. Boogie only does it for money. Go watch this person or that person who conveniently has way less subscribers. Why? Why do they have way less subscribers? Because they're just getting started, and there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? When they hit 25,000, they're going to get the same hate. You only do it for money. You guys forced me to quit my job. You guys put me in a position where I didn't have a choice. Again, I'm grateful for that. The funny thing is, you guys talk about Mrs. Boogie. I've told the story a million times. I told her, now it's probably going on 3 years ago. I said, I can see the future. This channel, I think we can create something here. I think we figured it out. We started this thing in 2016. I didn't know what it was. I think we figured it out. We understand what this thing is. And I said, I think if you give me a couple of years, I can turn this into my career. Here we are several years later, and that's what it is. And the funny thing is, man, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. Everybody thinks you can just sit in front of a microphone and talk. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. And sometimes I get aggressive because I'm passionate. I love what I do, and I go at it on Twitter, and I shouldn't do that. And you guys respond, and man, you sometimes you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. Some people say, Boogie, you should always put your family first. Well, sometimes you make sacrifices to get to the end goal. Two of the people that probably support me and have my back more than anybody, it probably sounds funny, is my wife and Coach Jay. They always have my back. They're always watching. They're always lurking. They're always watching what other people do. And something that they say to me on the regular is, how are you going to respond to this? How are you going to respond to what this person said or that person said? And what I always come back to is, what I should say is, I'm going to bust my ass and work harder. And that is what my pledge to you is. We're not done at 25K. The sky's the limit. It's onward and upward. We're off to the races, boys. It's 50K, and then it's 100K, and then the sky's the limit, because I'm committed to busting my ass, bringing you guys the best coverage of Tennessee football possible, and continuing to give you guys a voice, because that's what it's all about. But it ain't just me. I could never do this on my own. This team, man, and it goes back to the beginning, right? Vols JP. It was his idea. Let's start a Tennessee podcast. I was like, JP, I'm pretty busy, but we could probably do it. He's like, man, let's do it. And then it's just the way the internet works. When JP walked away, it was becoming more of a business. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of time. He said, I don't want to do that, Boogie. It's not fun to me. I just wanted to do it for fun. So JP walked away. Guess what? He's got an open invite. He comes back whenever he wants. Our relationship is great. It's the best it's ever been. JP can come on, hang out, talk Tennessee football whenever he wants without feeling the pressure of that. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that people don't know. there's been times where there was divide, and there was maybe 3 people, and 2 of the 3 are going one direction and one's going another. And some people have tried to create divide. And then somebody else that had my back when that divide was trying to happen, and that was Dauber. Dauber said, man, I'm riding with Boogie till the end. He gets it. He understands it. I got his back. Sometimes you guys say, oh, does Boogie hate Dauber? That's a real life friend. Me and Dauber are on the golf course, and people are tweeting about us saying Boogie and Dauber had a falling out. That's weird, bro, because we're on hole number 6 having the time of our lives right now. Shout out to Dauber, man. That's another guy that's been with me through thick and thin. Sometimes January rolls around, you guys start saying, uh-oh, where's Dauber? They're mad at each other. No, Dauber's commitment is during football season. That's it. Coach Jay, Coach Rice, the X Factor, Dustin Sellers, Matt Begley, the list goes on and on. This is a team effort. This thing, it's amazing, man. You guys, the people that surround me are what make this channel great. It's the chat, and the chat becomes the show, and that's what this show is all about. So let's, enough of me rambling. I've talked for 15 minutes. For 15 minutes, I have flapped my gums about all this nonsense. You guys just want to talk Tennessee football. We may get a little bit more sentimental. Let's see. Let's bring the guys on. Boys, I feel like you only hit 25,000 once, so I felt like I needed to get some things off my chest. Darby, you've been along for the ride for a long time, boy. You've been behind me. You've been supporting me. You're my ride or die. Talk about the journey. We won't go too long here. We're going to open it up to a fan call-in show. We're going to talk about Lance Hurd and Jackson Moy and all that good stuff, but we're celebrating tonight. Raise your glass. Yeah, talk a little bit about the journey.
It's been a heck of a ride, man. I think I came on after you and JP did 1 or 2 video shows. With the live streams, we recorded it. And when y'all messaged me and wanted me to do it, I was like, nah, that's not my thing. Out of my comfort zone. But y'all kept twisting my arm, and it's been a heck of a ride. A lot of fun the last couple of years. We've seen Tennessee, the university, the football program kind of fall down to the, depths, and then, they're rising back up, and it's been a lot of fun to watch this grow. Man, it's, we would get excited when we had, 50, 75, 100 people watching.
50 was a Wednesday show. That was a regular Wednesday show. It's 50 people watching
on a game week.
Yeah.
And, it's bloomed into something that I could have never imagined. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And like you've said, we've met some pretty amazing people through this whole thing. And, what you find out is there's a lot of people out there just as, into it, and they bleed as much orange as you do. And it is just a big family. It's a lot of fun, hanging out, talking about stuff that you're passionate about, that you love.
Somebody in the chat, I completely forgot to come back to this because I didn't take notes. I said I'm going to go on, I'm going to ramble, I'm going to speak from the heart. Somebody said, what about Coach or Sports Talk Jay? You were going to talk about Sports Talk Jay. It's kind of lumped in the same with Dauber and with JP. When JP left the show, it was because he hated me and we had a big falling out. Meanwhile, me and JP were talking every few days like we do now. Like we text every now and then, we talk about whatever. Like you sometimes you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. One of the big narratives is that me and Sports Talk Jay, or maybe I just hate Sports Talk Jay. Maybe that's what the narrative is. Now, do I bust his balls when he makes videos about Jim Harbaugh and puts Nico on the cover photo? 100%. And I would do it to his face. And when we go play golf coming up when the weather gets warm, I'm going to do it to his face. And I can't wait. Guess who the first person to text me and congratulate me on 25,000 subscribers was? It wasn't anybody on this panel. It wasn't my wife. It wasn't anybody in my family. It was Sports Talk Jay. He sent me a text. He said, congrats on 25K, Boogie. Nobody understands how hard that is to do. So you don't always know what's going on behind the scenes. And some of that's my fault because I am passionate and I'm emotional. And sometimes I tweet things that I need to keep my mouth shut on. But that is what it is. And I'm trying to do better. Coach Rice, you're new, man. You're new to as far as being on the panel, but you're the same story as Coach Jay. Fan call-in show. You come on. You went over the chat. Now you're part of the family. Now I can send up the bat signal any freaking day or time, and you're dying to get on here. So talk a little bit about what this community is to you.
Man, I will be the first to say it's a blessing. I mean, it's one of the many people to say it's a blessing. It's not just family that comes on, talks about Tennessee Vols football, but we generally love just talking to each other. And it's about anything. I mean, that's whether it be on here live, whether it be in the back room, backstage, or, just between tweets or Facebook messages or whatever. We just generally love, being able to talk to each other about something we love. And the people in the chat, and like me and Coach Jay, we all started with a fan call-in show. We felt the love that, like, there was no judgment. Like, we love Tennessee Vol football. We come on and just instantly felt like we were a part of something. And that's genuine. And for all people, and I will say it for everybody that comes on the show. We appreciate you, Boogie, man. You the man, without a doubt. And this channel is great. I know Dauber and JP were some of the original members of it as well, and I wouldn't know where I'd be without this channel. And I appreciate you, Boogie. Like I tell you all the time, you the man. And Dauber, I appreciate you, brother. And JP, if he was on here, I'd tell him the same thing. And then, hey, there's more, like Boogie said, there's people behind the scenes like Kevin and Boogie's wife, Ms. Boogie and Ms. Coach J, and my wife that gives time, that allows all of us to come on here and do what we love. It's just a blessing. Only I thank y'all, and I thank God for giving us the ability to do it. So that's my piece. And once again, Boogie, you the man.
It's an amazing world, right? The world of the internet, where it was so cool when me and Dauber got to hook up with Coach Jay down in Knoxville, and it's like two East Tennessee dudes that grew up together in the same town, small town, and they meet a guy from California. Really? That's a Tennessee fan? And like they have this show on YouTube that tons of people love, and it's It is crazy. It is crazy. A blessing is what I say all the time. Like, God has blessed me with this platform. That's why Wednesday we're doing the charity show, because I always go back to that. Yes, I am financially blessed by doing this channel. It pays my bills. Am I riding in some $100,000 car and some big man? No. You guys can still see I'm still in the same house I've been in the whole time, but I'm blessed that I don't have to go work for the man every day. Coach Jay, I saved you for last, brother, because you are you my ride or die. People don't understand how much work you put in to this channel, so the floor is yours, my man.
It's a labor of love, and look, I don't even know how long ago I found this channel. I want to say it was right at the beginning. The name Vols JP jumped out at me, being my initials as well, and I love Tennessee, so it jumped out on me. I think the first time I ran across you, Boogie, for some reason, or saw you, and I remember the video. Is what's funny was it was the death and resurrection of Jarrett Gorentano video. A long time ago. And if you guys want to have a fun kick, go look up the death and resurrection of Jarrett Gorentano video.
Why'd you have to give a video that's easy? You type that in, it's coming up. Like, there's no doubt that video's coming up.
Yeah. Definitely go watch that, guys. Entertaining, different vibe than the Playhouse there with all the video arcades. But this channel's been a huge blessing, man. It's a labor of love, and I was a fan of Boogie. I was a fan of Vols JP. I was a fan of Dauber when I came on here. You know what I mean? So it was really cool for it to go full circle. And to jump on the show. And I can remember at the beginning of the year saying, who's going to be the next one, right? Like who's going to be that next guy? And then to be able to grab Coach Rice this season has been awesome. And just the whole community, man, whether it be, Dustin or Matt or X or really anyone, man, even Gabe out there in the desert doing ayahuasca, wherever he went off to for a long time, right? Has been a journey for sure. And then to watch the team that we kind of love turn everything around too has been kind of awesome as well, right? Like to have kind of last year to not last year, but the year before to kind of spark everything, right? Make it go bigger, and makes you kind of wonder how big this channel can grow to, because it's a huge volunteer community, and I know we're only scraping the surface of it. And it's the best fan base in the world, man, and it's a privilege to be a part of it. And absolutely, thank you for the platform, Boogie, and don't worry, I'll never stab you in the back, I promise.
I'm waiting, dude. That conversation comes up at least every other day in my household. It's like, it's gonna happen. It's like there have been a lot of people that have rolled through this channel, whether it be Talkin VAWLS or whether it be the Wrestling Council or Comic Cast, that have made me mad. And there's been a couple that have stuck the knife so deep in my back that it's like, bro, like, is this real life? Like, this is what you're choosing to do. And, I talk about, like, yeah, you guys are saying thank you for the platform. And, yeah, like, look, you don't get 25,000 subscribers by just sitting around doing live streams on game day. That's not how you grow 25,000 subscribers. It takes busting your ass, knowing what you're talking about, putting the work in. Like, I'm joking about it, but this morning I spent a good hour and a half on a video that never saw the light of day. And then Lance Hurd commits, and I'm like, well, now I can't make this video, so I got to roll out a 10-day-old Lance Hurd video. But still, man, it's like, it takes work, but at the same time, if it was just me, this channel would suck, man. Like, you guys all coming on, bringing different voices. All right, let's catch up on Super Chats, and then we're going to jump into the news. There is so much to get into. Lance Hurd, Jason Moy. It is G-Mac Eve, boys. It's G-Mac Eve tomorrow morning. By the way, was it Coach Rice that said, Kevin, he works harder than anybody and doesn't get any love? Like, all the merchandise, all the logos, everything he comes up with. He's working on a new shirt right now as we speak. God never gets any love or respect. He doesn't want it. I could be like, dude, come on the show. He'd be like, there's no way he's going to show his face. I'm like, let me pay you for the shirts. He's like, just give me a free shirt when they come out. That's all I need. And I'm like, all right, that's the deal. Robert Tug for 2 says, congratulations, Boogie. Thank you, Robert. Brent Bridges becomes a member of the channel. Let's go. Let's get those memberships in, boys. Hit that join button down below. Tennessee Boy for 5 says, it's great to be a Vol. Congrats on 25K. Boogie, glad to be here for the ride. Appreciate your support. Evan's been a member for 15 months. That is a lot of support, Evan. We appreciate that. Ralph says, I want the biggest super chat of the night. I'm going to drop a 50 spot. Boogie, play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Ralph says, congrats on 25K. Always drop you a little change. Thanks always, you and the team GBO. I appreciate that, Ralph. I appreciate the support, brother. Brent was trying to play prices right. He was trying to get in there, but Ralph beat him to the punch by about 30 seconds. But Brent, for $20.01, that's an orange boy. We'll roll back up here. We'll play the clip again.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
Much love is all Brent says. Well, much love to you, Brent, and everybody else in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Evan for another 50. We'll play the clip again. You guys don't want us to talk Tennessee. I'll play clips and talk YouTube analytics all day long.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Evan drops a 50 spot and doesn't even say anything. Nothing. But he does come back with another 20. He wants to play both clips is apparently what he wants to do.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
Evan says 50 for you and 20 for the power build. Well, I appreciate that, Evan. I appreciate that. I won't make any political comments about how much groceries cost right now or gasoline. But I appreciate the super chats, Evan. That is very generous, my man. That's $70. That ain't cheap. Will Murley for 2 says the wise words of the GOAT, brick by brick to 50K. That's the grind. You know, I'm trying to be excited, man. I'm excited. I almost spoiled the announcement. I almost said who's going to be on the show Wednesday night. I almost spoiled why I'm so excited. But then I was talking about 25K. You know what my youngest daughter said to me? Dad, you said you were going to do it by December. It's January.
Of course.
Oh, out.
Wow. Appreciate
Pick it
that.
up.
Shout out to her. J-Ball for 5 balls beat Bama by 20 in basketball yesterday. Football team going to do the same this October. Congrats on 25K. Here's to the next 25K. GBO Sling Blade for 10. Congrats, Boogie. You are a hard-working dude. He says you ate. Is that why I look the way I look? Because I ate the dude that was working hard? Is that what happened? He says, you put it all on the line, and so many of us want to see you and this channel succeed. Go Big Orange. Appreciate that, Sling Blade. That's the beautiful thing of the story. Like, this does not happen without you guys. You guys are the reason I don't work. Like, I feel like so many people in the chat were, like, pulling for me on this whole year-long process of, can I get to a place where I can quit? And when I quit, they felt like they got to quit. And they felt like they got to stick it to the man. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why it's a cult. That's why we wear shirts that say cult member. But I appreciate that, Sling Blade. Negaball for 5. Congrats on 25K. Appreciate having this fam here that are just as crazy about the Big Orange as me. Looking forward to the future. Boogie, like Coach Jay just said, man, 2024 is the year. I told my wife before we went live, 2024 is our year. That's when this channel is going to blow up. Cannot wait. Evan for another 2. Wouldn't want to be a part of any other family. Michelle for $25. The ultimate lurker. All she does is lurk and drop super chats, but I appreciate the support. Thank you, Michelle. $25 ain't cheap. That's an Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
I feel like it's a game day. Y'all just dropping super chat after super chat. Vanilla Vic for 10. Gentlemen, thank you for what you do. My uncle Travis King, who got me listening to this channel a couple of years ago, just passed away. Go Big Damn Orange. Dude, I hate to hear that, man. Prayers for you and your family. It's the weird world of being on YouTube. It's like so many people come and go. And it's like, what happened to that person? Did they get tired of the channel? Did I say something that pissed them off? Are they no longer here, man? And that's hard to hear that your uncle got you listening to this channel and he's not here anymore. Thoughts and prayers to your family, Vanilla Vic. And man, that's tough to read, but it shows you, it goes back to the community of this channel, man. An uncle goes to his nephew and says, hey, man, check out this channel. And there are so many husband and wife couples in the chat that listen to this channel together. Where else do you get that? It is a beautiful thing. And shout out to Mrs. Coach J, always representing for the ladies. I think she makes the ladies understand you're welcome here. Like, she's always the first to welcome you in the door. Come on in, take your shoes off. We got brand new carpet around here because of all these super chats coming in. We don't want to ruin the carpet. Boogie will complain. He'll complain about somebody stabbing him in the back and getting blood stains on the carpet. Please take your shoes off. But it's the community aspect, man. So prayers for you and your family, Vanilla Vic. Appreciate the super chat. Vols Girl for 20. That's an Orange Boy. We'll play the clip. I swear we're going to open this up to a fan call-in show. We're 33 minutes in to nostalgia and super chats.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
Vols Girl says, congratulations on 25K. So glad I found this channel. I love it. GBO. Appreciate that, Vols Girl. That is a very generous super chat. Evan for another 5. Thank you, Boogie, for growing this family and for giving all Tennessee fans an opportunity to come together and a place to connect. You are the chosen one. Somebody else is the chosen one. You can get that shirt at bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. Will R. Been a member for 21 months. Appreciate that. Will, thank you for the support. Amber for $10. Sorry I am late. Hi, Boogie, Coach J, Coach Rice, and Dauber. 2024 looking bright, and congrats on 25K. Thank you, Amber, for the super chat. Also, thank you for going to bat for Boogie in the Talkin VAWLS Facebook group. They don't know who I am in that group. Amber straightens them out real quick. Boogie's been telling y'all that Lance Hurd was coming. Nobody listens. They don't even know who I am in that group. I don't even know why I'm in that group anymore. Wade's been a member for 26 months. Good evening. Go Vols. Can't wait till August. He also has a Talkin VAWLS network logo tattooed on his arm.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
I'm about to go back to the shop. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting just the microphone tattooed somewhere on me. Not the whole logo, but maybe just the microphone. Should I do that?
If you pay for it, I will too.
Oh, so we're gonna both get the same microphone. Is that? I mean, we already have the same style of logos and tattoos. I was like, bro, I got a tree on my inner arm, but it's jujitsu based. He's like, it's still a little weird, Boogie. Whatever. Michael Davis for 5. Congrats on 25K. Your channel's been such a blessing for this Vol fan living in Oregon. Shout out, Michael. I love to hear those stories. David's been a member for 16 months. Corey for 15 months. Appreciate you guys and your support. VFL Logan for 10. Got to be a little sappy, Boogie. Sports means so much to so many. It was amazing to find this community. I found you when I was going through serious hard times. So many days Talkin VAWLS kept me going. You know how many times I've heard stories like this, like people that have DM'd me on Facebook or Twitter or wherever and say, I was at rock bottom. I was a hard time. You guys felt like family. You guys felt like friends. And it gave me a place where I could come hang out and you brought me through something. Like, do you understand how deep that is? Coach Rice, you just said something a little bit ago, talking about community and how everybody feels welcome. I think this speaks to that.
Yeah, it does, without a doubt. And I had a guy, I've had several guys message me on Twitter saying, "Hey, what y'all do for the show, what y'all do for the community, y'all make us feel like we're a part of something." And that all goes back to you, Boogie. And we love doing it. That's why we do it. And there ain't no other reason. I know Boogie gets some money off of it, but at the end of the day, it's because we love doing this and we love being able to talk to each other about it.
Well, that's one thing that we've talked about so much before. And I know, Boogie, you've talked about our mutual friend who's no longer here. I've talked about memories with my dad, my grandfather, now my aunt, who passed away in December. You can sit and reminisce. I think about growing up and having a cookout with a ball game on and tailgating at the house and just having people over. And then you think about, going to your first games at Neyland Stadium. You think about where you were when you experienced, all these things that have happened in Tennessee's history of football, the highs and the lows and who you're with. And that's why sometimes when we come on after a game, post game, it is emotional. It is raw. It's unfiltered because we're passionate about it. It is something. It's hard to come on here and gather yourself 5 minutes after a game ends and sit and talk about it. You come back with the day after, the next day, when you can sleep on it and think about it and, process and put together some coherent thoughts. But, immediately after a game, we just say what everybody's thinking. We're like, God, what kind of play call was that? Well, and that's what brings everybody together, sports in general. But I think moreover, Tennessee football is just something that when it's in your blood and it just takes a hold of you. And that's something that everybody that's in this community, they get it. And it's, how many events have you guys missed because of a Tennessee football game?
Please don't lump this channel into a Tennessee game. If you lump recruiting and live commitments and all that, and I got attacked on Twitter for that. You should never put your family second. I don't know. Do you go to work 9 to 5? Are you at work 9 to 5? Are you putting them second while you're at work 9 to 5? Sometimes you got to make sacrifices to build something, and that's why we are where we are. But guess what? The beauty of it is those sacrifices pay off in the end, and now I get to do certain things with my kids that I wouldn't have got to do. Like the little dude. Some people know the story, some people don't. Everybody on this panel knows the story with the little dude, where he came from, why he's here. That would not be happening right now if it wasn't for this channel. There is no way I could work my regular job that I was working and him be a part of it just wouldn't happen. There's no way possible. That's why I go back to, man, God blessed me with this channel because we did what we were supposed to do. And here we are, man. We're off to the races. But you got to make sacrifices. But we do all make sacrifices for not just this channel, but Tennessee football. Let me catch about y'all going nuts. The link's out for Talkin VAWLS Elite. See a couple of y'all back there in the back room. We'll bring you guys on in just a second. Nugs for 5 said, I saw you call me out the other day. I ain't going nowhere. This is the best Tennessee community. Congrats on 25K. GBO, what did I say, Nugs? I would have recognized your name. I would have said something. If I said something that I was sometimes the internet's a good and bad place because sometimes I bust people's balls and they take it the wrong way.
No, it was all good. It was all good when you did it.
Yeah,
it
was all good. It was a good call out. It was me.
Yeah.
Was it on Friday night? Was it on Friday night? Is that when
I think it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, now it all makes sense. I don't remember. It all makes sense now. I love Nugs.
It does make sense.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
Shut up. Shut up, guys. Straight and narrow. We're professional around here. We do like to have a good time on Tuesday nights. That's for sure. I love you, Nugs. It's all good, man. I appreciate you being a part of the fam. Corey Smith for 10. Railroad been keeping me busy. Glad to catch a love. Ooh, did you find the lady on the railroad? Oh, alive again and not rewatch. I'm glad you're here, Corey. I hope you do find love as well, my man. Appreciate the super chat. Glad you're a part of the live stream. Ryan Davis for 20. Before I moved here, I didn't know the Vols existed. The only colleges I knew were Seton Hall, Rutgers, and Dickinson. Can you imagine being a human being and think that Seton Hall, Rutgers, and Dickinson are the only colleges that existed? He goes on to say, my dad has been a Vol fan since the 80s. It took me only one experience of Vols football game to be a VFL. That's what it's all about, brother. Once you walk into that stadium, that is what it's all about. That's an Orange Boy, though. Let's play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Wade Rouse for 2 says, Dauber. And G-Mac is a Vol too, boys. Thank you for the super chat. Wade, good to see you in the chat, my friend. Yeah, like I told Dauber, I was like, bro, it's short notice, but like this just happened. I was going to do a fan call and show. We hit 25K. You got to be on the show. Jenny for 2 says, Dorfy, congrats on 25K. Go Vols. Appreciate that, Jenny. Wade for $20. Y'all being generous tonight, man. I'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Wade says, congrats, Boogie, on 25K. Tennessee football means a lot to me. I'm glad I found this channel. I'm looking forward to seeing and helping this community grow. Become a part of the fan call-in shows, man. That's where it's at. I see Matt back there, that big, glorious beard, looking up at the sky. It's like glistening off of his beard. Him, Coach Jay, Coach Rice, Dustin Sellers, like so many people, are here because of the fan call. It's an audition. And somehow I'm the guy that reaps the reward. I'm like, how did I get these dudes that know so much more about football than I do? And they come on the channel and hang out and talk Tennessee football. Guess what? There's going to be a couple of them coming up on Wednesday night, VFLs. Oh, they played a little college football. One of them may have played at Memphis. A couple of them played at Tennessee. They're going to be on the channel. They know more than I do. Spoiler alert. Announcement? Coach Rice knows. I've not said it yet. We'll see. MD Vols for $20. That's an Orange Boy. Let's play the clip.
Rocky Top!
My buddy and I drive 10 hours for a UT game every year for the past 15 years. This channel makes us feel like we're right down the road. Thank you from Matt and Chad from New York, GBO. Shout out Matt and Chad, man. I love it. I love it, man. It's like Dauber said, man. It's the people that you take in those games with. That's what it's all about. Knoxville Predator Catcher, been a member for 23 months. Long-time supporter of this channel. Found out I was having my first child on this channel in 2021. Just found out tonight we are having our second. GBO. How crazy is that? That's awesome. Congratulations, brother. Best of luck. Best of luck. I hope. I don't know. I don't know if you've got a boy or a girl. If it's a boy, I hope it's a girl. Actually, I hope you have a girl and you're getting a boy because it's about to go down. So best of luck, my friend. Thank you for all the support. Till Valhalla says, it's got to be Swain. It's got to be. Nikki's reminding you guys to smash the thumbs up. Arkansas Vol says pancakes and bacon. Right. Yeah, charity stream coming up on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All the proceeds, every super chat goes to Fisher House Foundation. They are like the Ronald McDonald House for the military. They support our troops if they're going through surgeries. They give their family a place to stay. That's what it's all about. I've already spoken to them. They're going to put a representative on the show at 7 o'clock. So they're going to explain to you. If you're sitting there going, I don't know if I want to support this charity, they're going to come on and explain what they're all about. The first guest is going to be VolQuest's own Eric Kane and Matt Ray. They're going to be in the house. We also have confirmed pancakes and bacon. Reed Bacon, Kyler Kirbyson are going to be in the house as well. A to Z Sports, Charlie Burris and Zach Reagan are going to be in the house. I've got one more announcement to make. Coach Rice, you just want to do it? Do you want to do it?
No, it's all you, man. It's all you, bro. It's all you. I want you to do it. But
your party. It's your party.
It's a big one, boys. It's a
Do
big
it,
one.
man. Hey, let's hear it, man. Come on, bring it up. Come on.
We'll see. We'll see if somebody
Guesses?
breaks James
Chat?
Moody's
Guesses
suit.
in the chat?
Hey,
Yeah, let's
how
see
many-
if
how
somebody
many,
breaks
like,
James
how-
Moody's super chat. $200 super chat.
How many live viewers we got right now?
363. It's down. Let's get to 500.
We get
500.
to 500. You got to
Yep.
announce.
There you go.
There you go.
See, Coach Rice is already figuring out YouTube.
Share it out.
So hit the like button, share it out, put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Let MySpace Tom know, TikTok, Backstrap, all that good stuff. Backstrap's deer meat. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of the Bearded Butchers. It's amazing. You ever watch? Coach Rice, do you hunt?
No, but I got several friends do. But I love deer meat. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, you go to the Bearded Butchers and you get their Brock Lesnar blend. It's amazing. It's
amazing.
What are we doing? What is happening?
That's
All
what
right,
this
let's
community
show,
is,
man.
man.
Let's
Talk to
open it
Jeremy.
back up. It's a fan call-in show. Let's get the boys and girls on here. Let's go around the room. Do y'all want to be sentimental? Y'all want to talk about what's going on with Tennessee football right now? Matt, you get to answer the question.
Well, I'll do both.
There you go.
First and foremost, man, congratulations. I've been watching you for a long, long time now, and it's the 6 a.m. recordings from the day before when it started on my 45-minute drive to the office every day. Being a really lonely Tennessee fan out in Utah for 10 years, started a long, long time ago, man. And when you put these fan call-in shows in like tonight, just giving us the opportunity and then the opportunity to join the show, dude, I can't say thank you enough. But how cool it is to watch your journey progress, right? To where, just a few years ago, and it just seems like we were there yesterday, of you worried to death about quitting the job or what was going to happen next in your life, to now you're hitting 25K. I mean, it's awesome, dude. So congratulations.
Appreciate it, brother. I feel like you guys were on the journey with me. That's what made it so fun, man. I feel like we all I feel like when I had that success, you guys had the success. And you guys are pulling for me. That's what makes it so fun. That's why when the haters come in, I'm like, I got to block out haters, because it's the people like you that are like, man, let's go get it. Let's go get it. It's a good time. Enough sentimental crap. We hit 25K. Guess what? Now we got to go get 50. We got to get back to work. We got to go put out the best Tennessee content we can. But let's talk about what happened today, Eric. Landed a couple of big ones. Lance Hurd, a lot of people saying he's not coming to Tennessee. It's been going on for 10 days now. He entered, or he was in the student directory. What was it, Friday? He made it official today. Lance Hurd's on his way to Tennessee. How big is that one? Eric's muted. How can Eric come on and be muted? I feel like I'm talking to Coach Jay. Coach Jay Jr. That's why he's below him.
I'm out of practice, man.
That's all right.
No, I feel like we all owe Glenn Ellerby an apology. I feel like if we said anything harsh
told
to
you
him,
guys.
It's time to rescind all those comments and basically say thank you, and nothing but bright future ahead. Next year, I'm telling you. Well, we've all been saying it. I mean, I think the floor is 10-2 next year, and that's not hyperbole. I'm telling you. And it's all, me and White Lightning said, that trip to Norman is going to tip the scale either way. If we go into Norman and win that game, we're on a roll. That train is rolling. It is steam rolling. And the fact that you got Campbell moving to the other side of the line for Lance, this team's already cohesive on the O-line. We've got depth on the O-line. I tweeted the other day, if the secondary holds up, look out. And the whole SEC needs to pray that Nico has no time to throw, because if that boy has time to throw, y'all in trouble. We are deeper at wide receiver, I think, than any program in the country. And I'd be willing to have the discussion. I don't know, many programs outside the SEC except for Ohio State and, all the big blue bloods. But I would dare say there may not be another wide receiver room as talented as ours in the whole country.
Y'all watch Mike Matthews the other night? Polynesian Bowl MVP. There, a lot of Tennessee fans think he's going to push for playing time. Like he's going to push Squirrel. He's going to push Squirrel.
I think he will.
Oh, he's going to push.
I'm curious where they end up though between him and Braylon, because they're both. I don't. Who ends up? Is Mike Matthews going to play the slot and Braylon on the outside? Coach Rice, you answer that.
To start out, Mike Matthews would be in the slot because that's the quickest way he could get to the field. If that means, because I fully believe they're going to play 6 guys in the rotate. I mean, they got to. the wide receiver room is too talented this year. They're going to have to play 6 guys. I don't think they go more than 6, depending on injuries, Lord forbid. But maybe Braylon redshirts a year, and then has a coming out party his redshirt freshman year. But we all know football's a physical game, so we saw it this year with Caleb Webb and Chaz Nimrod. They got their opportunity and they grew throughout the season. So like Eric said,
was based on injury.
Yeah,
that was based on injury.
Yeah,
Hype doesn't run a big rotation at wide receiver.
Does that change with this much depth though?
It's got to. It's got to.
I'm going with Dahmer. I'm saying no. I heard Alex Golish tell me 2 years in a row that they were going to play 7 guys, and they played 3.
Yeah.
I have to see it to believe it. I hope they do. I think they have the talent to.
I think you got
the talent, but
if they don't, we're going to lose guys.
Yeah.
They have to.
We were talking about that before we came live. That's the nature of college football now. It has changed so much. The transfer portal, the NCAA's got to get some control on this, and the bowl season is basically scrimmages at the end of the year because you got guys opting out and transferring out, and you couldn't base Tennessee's bowl game off of the 2023 season that they had because it was a completely different team. Same thing for Iowa, same thing for Florida State, who got ran out of the stadium. It's just the same teams that play in the season are not the same teams in the bowl season because of transfers.
But Dauber, would you expand the field? Don't you feel like 6 or 8 will have no opt-outs if they all feel like they have a legitimate chance at the Natty?
I mean, you had guys opting out of playoff games last year. I don't know. I don't know how they answer that, but when sponsors start losing money and go to the NCAA and be like, hey, TV ratings drop, all that. When people start losing money, that's when they're going to figure out something.
I'm more worried about at the wide receiver
new TV
position.
deals just came in. That's the problem.
I'm more at the wide receiver position. I'm more worried about the transfer portal than I am opt-outs. Like,
right.
You me both, Boogie.
You got Brew, you got Squirrel. Who's on the outside? Is it Brazil, gold jacket, green jacket? I don't really care. Who takes that? Yeah, exactly. Who takes that other outside position? But then you got Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb. Like Coach Rice said, they got a lot of run this year due to injury. But now you got Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley coming in. And now you're targeting guys in the class of 25 that are pretty dang talented wide receivers that love them some George McIntyre. Can you land a guy like Caleb Cunningham? Can you, dare I say, Jamie French? I don't think Jamie French is coming to Tennessee, but can you land some of these elite level wide receivers? And if you do, how long is a 5-star like Mike Matthews, Coach Jay, going to come sit at Tennessee and watch other guys play? It's not 1996 where they're going to wait till, I'm a junior, it's my time.
It's, to me, that's kind of a 2-part question. I think if the kid has the talent, and he can be on the field, but he's getting beat out by an upperclassman, I think you kind of have their freshman year, right? I think that's how much time you have. If the kid gets there and sees himself that he's got work to do, then maybe we can talk about a little more time. A lot of people forget that when these kids get on campus, they're being challenged in ways that they've never been challenged before on a football field. And not all of them just feel like, I'm God's gift to football after that first year. Some of these kids get humbled by the talent that's around them. And it gives you some time. Now, with a player like Mike Matthews, if he comes and he's burning it up in practice and he just can't get up, over Squirrel because Squirrel's been there longer, they're more comfortable with whatever, maybe Mike's got a little more upside, but Squirrel's been there a little longer. He'll sit for a year, but not much more than that, in my opinion.
I'll add on to that, Coach Jay. I think Josh Heupel and staff are looking at guys that aren't necessarily like, who's the kid that went to Ohio State? The wide Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
These prima donnas that have been told you're the best, you're the greatest, that are coming in with that expectation. You look at Nico. Nico, all the talent in the world. Did we hear any complaining? Did we see anything all year long? When
humility,
for whatever reason, Milton was ran out as starter. Then Nico has his turn in the bowl game, and now it's Nico time. I think this staff has done an amazing job in recruiting the portal, in picking up guys that you look at all the home runs they've brought in via the transfer portal. Their evaluation of talent and the guys that they're bringing in to fill voids and make impacts. It's been really, really, really good percentages for the guys they've brought in, being successful and contributing. So I think that they've got a system of talent evaluation and not just that, but they're looking at the kid themselves and being like, and
character.
Character.
Yeah.
And there was an article, I can't remember who was interviewed. I think it was one of the linemen talking about
Addison Nichols.
When they brought kids in on campus, Coach Heupel would come to him. Hey, what do you think about him? Coach, I don't know that he fits with the culture here. I think it goes much, much further beyond what you can do on the field in terms of, do you fit the vibe? Do you fit what this coaching staff is trying to do and create at the University of Tennessee? And I think that can supersede talent, 9 times out of 10.
Let me hit a couple of super chats. I want to come back and I want to get back to the portal because Tennessee had a couple of nice additions today. I want to talk about that. Jason Vaughn for 5 says, as a Vols fan in Bama, thankful y'all keeping me updated with the Vols. Appreciate that, Jason. Thank you for the super chat. Papa T in SC, my main man, dropping a $35 super chat. We'll play the clip for that.
Rocky Top!
Papa T, are you still in the chat? Papa T, if you're still in the chat, say hello. I want to see if Papa T's still in the chat. I want to see if Papa T's still in the chat. If he's still in the chat, we're going to get weird. Papa T says for $35, Boogie, appreciate you, especially your wife, for allowing you to do something you love, and we benefit from it. It's an honor sporting your dream, bro. 2024 Bama burning, Florida on probation, Tennessee playoff bound, Natty in reach. Shout out Papa T, man. He is a huge supporter of this channel. Had many a great conversations in Twitter DMs with Papa T. He's still in the chat. He says, yes, I'm here. This announcement is just for you, Papa T, because I know you're a big fan of this person. Coming up Wednesday night, Jason Swain is going to be in the house. So all you haters telling me the other night, oh, Boogie, Jason Swain hates you. He doesn't like you. Guess who's going to be in the house Wednesday night? Jason Swain, VFL Swain event, the sports animal, Jason Swain, Ben McKee going to be in the house to raise as much money as possible for the Fisher House Foundation. So make sure you guys tune in Wednesday night, 7 p.m. The announcements are out. You guys already know who's coming on the show. It's going to be jam-packed Wednesday night. It is going to be fun. I'm excited. Look at this one. Look at this one. What are you doing? What are you up to? I see you.
Boogie says hi.
Oh, that's right. Boogie says hi. Jamie, how you feeling today, man? After Lance Hurd finally makes it official, we also added a commitment from Jackson Moy. You got to trust Rodney Garner, right, in his development with the defensive line. He didn't offer many guys in the portal, but he goes and gets Jackson Moy. How you feeling after those 2 additions today?
So, of course, I was one of the people that, Hurd's in the student directory. I was like, is it real or is somebody just trolling or what have you? But when I saw those 2 announcements this morning, my wife will tell you, she's sitting next to me, I about jumped clean out of the recliner. I'm on fire, dude. August cannot get here soon enough. Let's go. Balls by 50 on everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. Jenny, how you feeling on this Sunday evening? You've been on vacation. You're trying to get caught up with what's going on.
Yeah, I have to get caught up because I was gone for 5 days, really, on a cruise. But there was a lot of Tennessee fans. There were some on my cruise ship. Plus, there were some that met in Nassau just randomly. She had on a Tennessee shirt, and I got a photo with her. So
that's how we roll.
Isn't it the truth, though? We were talking earlier.
We're everywhere.
See Tennessee fans everywhere, and I love that you go up and talk to them.
Yeah,
And tell
I
them to
mean,
subscribe to the Talkin VAWLS
I
Network on YouTube.
literally, when I see somebody in a Tennessee shirt, no matter where I say go Vols. I go to I live in Florida. I go to the parks all the time, and I see people with Tennessee shirts, and I say go Vols every time I see one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
who else
way
we
to
got
be.
in here? We got Evan, Dim Barnyard Builds. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh man, feeling great. Getting those 2 commitments today really, kind of brightened everything up for me. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't in the fire Glenn Ellerby boat, but I was in the thinking like, man, we got to at least find some kind of analyst that can recruit because he just can't close. Like Rodney Garner has Coach Chop, and Glenn Ellerby needs somebody like that. So, but no, I woke up today and halfway through the day, seen all that stuff, and I was like, okay, we're doing something this year. We actually did what we said we were going to do and go get people in positions we needed. So I'm pretty happy with it.
What do
I
you do
feel
with
like
Coach
we
Chop?
got who we needed. I much prefer to have Lance than Jordan because Jordan just seems like he's very immature. He's probably going to leave Colorado as soon as Dion leaves. And we all know that Dion is not going to be at Colorado for a long term. So I'd much rather have Lance, who's
Let
older
Norvell slip at Florida State and see what happens.
and and
Oh,
like
yeah.
and just like he did nothing on social media, and I looked at his Instagram. There's like nothing on there except for his commitment to us and when he committed to LSU, and that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it
So.
goes back to what Dauber said with the guys that Coach Heupel's recruiting. You got a guy that's not about the glam. Like everybody's asking what's going on, and I was laughing. It might have been Robert that dropped the super chat at the top of the show. I was like, I don't know if this works out better for me or worse because I've dropped 6 videos on Lance Hurd. And I don't know anything that's going on, but we're still talking about him. We're speculating on him. But I'm with you, Jenny. I like Lance Hurd over Jordan Seaton. You got, 3 years of eligibility left? He was a former 5-star prospect. I said this the other night on the show. I think if Jordan Seaton or Lance Hurd was class of 25 and we just landed a 5-star offensive tackle, everybody would be going nuts. But because he's a transfer, they're really not celebrating it as much.
Exactly.
I think there's a difference with him as well. But I'm going to be honest, even if we got Jordan Seaton, the way that like Glenn Ellerby kind of doesn't, it's like he never feels like someone's ready enough as far as the people that he's brought in. And at least Hurd got to play at LSU. Like if he would have came to Tennessee right off the rip, I mean, he could have been transferring from us because we didn't put him where he wanted. So I kind of had weird thoughts about that and weird feelings because I was like, I'm glad that we got to know that he at least was playing. He has really amazing people in front of him at LSU, but at least he got to play, And so
I think it says, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say at least we have somebody that, like she said, we know can come in and actually make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot too that you're getting a grad transfer senior comeback who had the most epic return video we've seen all year long, right? To go, okay, I'm good. I'll go to right tackle. I mean, like that. Dauber's comments about the culture. And you said it a million times, Boogie, over the off season, and I've heard it from every analyst. Left tackle's where the money's made, right? But he says, you know what? No, I'm about Tennessee. I'm gonna go play right tackle. We're gonna go get the best offensive lineman in the portal to make the team better. And I think that's a big statement to what this overall team is, right? It's just my buddy Scotty, who's on here quite often, we talk all the time about, the culture at Tennessee was so bad over the last 10 years up until Heupel got here, and his ability to change that culture in 3 short years, but it changed immediately as he walked through the door.
Mm-hmm.
That nobody's going to come in and overtake the culture of the room or overtake the locker rooms. If not, they're not going to be here, right? And so you're seeing guys come in that are wanted here, and you're seeing guys leave that aren't wanted here. I think that's an important piece of what we've gotten is additions over this off season as well.
Well, I think one thing that you have to see that with John Campbell, all he has to go is the last number 10 pick in the draft. We got a big dog that used to play here named Darnell Wright, who thought he was a left tackle, and Glenn Ellerby and company made him top 10 pick, and now he's starting every day for the Chicago Bears, and is PFF graded wise as one of the best young right tackles in the league. So, I mean, if there's any motivation at all that John Campbell needs, it's that right there. That's all he has to see. And we see him in videos already putting in work.
Yeah.
I think it's. I find it
incredible.
I find it really like that. I find it really like it speaks volumes that John Campbell decided when we were trying to get Lance Hurd that he would move over to right tackle, but he wasn't doing that with Mincy. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I agree. That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, when Campbell came in, he took the left tackle spot and moved somebody else over to right tackle, right?
Mincy.
It was Mincy.
Wanted that left tackle spot. And Campbell's like, I ain't moving for you. And then they asked him to move for Lance Hurd. He's like, okay.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
that makes sense.
I think that.
But go back to Mincy.
I think that speaks to culture, though, too. Looking at Mincy hitting the road, because
I do not think he's a culture guy at all.
No. Nope.
But on that note,
he's not the choir boy in the locker room either, right? So, I think they obviously always, these coaches don't like to see guys leave, but you're not going to drop the bag, as they say, or you're not, if it's not what they want, then it's one foot out the door. We'll see you later, right? So, and it's going to be real special when Mincy has to come back into Neyland. And
he called it out. Did y'all see his Twitter? November 2nd, he called it out.
Yeah, Boogie made a video. It was awesome too.
What did you all think about that? Like him crying. He was crying, basically saying, y'all hurt my feelings. Y'all hurt my feelings. But then I'm going to quote tweet myself, and I'm going to put the handicap emoji and the date. Good luck.
I was fine until I saw that quote, the tweet thing, and then he didn't let people comment either.
A coward. Yeah. That's a coward. Jimmy.
That is a coward. That is the word.
Won't get run over.
I'm gonna talk trash to y'all, and then I'm gonna be a coward. Guess what? Gonna be a crime scene on that date because James Pierce about to murder Gerald Mincy. If it ain't James Pierce, guess what? It's gonna be Tyree West. He gonna get exposed on that date, and I cannot wait so much that I even thought, why not let Gerald Mincy hear this song one last time?
Mark Stoops is 2-9 against his team, and to walk around this place before the game, I was disgusted. The smugness of those guys just walking around like, we're gonna walk in here, we're gonna kick your ass, and you can't do anything about it. And it made me sick. And you know what? They did it. They still did it. What the hell? Can we just beat this team? I know that Mark Stoops has done a lot of good things. This is his one really bad thing. The stupid stat about beating teams with a winning record and taking the next step and blah, blah. Just freaking beat Tennessee. Please, can we just stop losing to this stupid team with their stupid orange color, their stupid
The best part about that video is the guy next to him who progressively gets sadder and sadder as the video goes on. I love that so much. It's
I think that is my favorite clip that you have.
We'll be in dark mode that night too, and I go ahead and tell you, James Pierce will be eating Gerald Mincy's y'all. It's gonna be bad.
Somebody called that. I don't remember who it was. Somebody in the chat called dark mode for that game on the video that I put out about Gerald Mincy. But if you guys want to show up and let Gerald Mincy know, we do sell a shirt that says Kentucky's Daddy. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can pick that up. Thank you.
And conveniently in dark mode colors.
There you go.
I can watch that video over and over. I gotta record it because it's so funny. I'm like.
You know what the weird part is about it, though? Like, if that was me on a rant on this channel, or Coach Jay, or Coach Rice, or Dauber, or X, or whoever, it'd be accepted because we're fans. That is the Brent Hubbs for Kentucky football. Yeah. Can you imagine Brent Hubbs going on record and doing that? It's like, What are you doing, man? Like, you're a professional. I'm not. I'm a dude surrounded by video games and toys. Like, I got this great Soundwave transformer that I just bought. I thought it was full size. Does that look full size to you? I got screwed, boys. I got screwed when I purchased this toy, but it still looks cool. He still transforms. I've not figured him out yet, but he's back there. But regardless, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
And the Kentucky fans still talk trash about football. And they can't even talk trash about basketball anymore. But I'm like, I am 41 years old. Y'all have beaten us a total of 4 times my entire lifetime. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. Even Vandy has beaten us more times than that.
Drop some
And
truth.
that's just sad.
Yeah, it's true. Oh,
and,
man.
and Vandy fans don't say anything. They say nothing to nobody.
Vandy fans can't say anything.
They
I don't know
can't.
that there's any of them there. And
I
they
know
don't even
we're
have
in
a starting quarterback this year.
I don't think they have a stadium.
They
Do
don't
they
have
have
a
a stadium?
scholarship.
They don't have a stadium, bro.
I grew up next to some Vandy fans, and 2 of their sons played for Vandy, and they were the nicest people in the world. They used to give us birthday presents and Christmas presents every year. They remembered our birthdays. They were nice people.
They just try to be smart and care about baseball. That's it. That's all they do.
They've been cheating at baseball for years. So congratulations. Congratulations now that we've caught up with you. Let's go back to the offensive line. You've obviously Campbell moving to right tackle, Lance Hurd coming in at left tackle. You got Coop back at center, Javonte Spraggins at right guard. Everybody's talking about that left guard position. There's some been a little buzz about who's going to take that position. Would you guys let me throw this to Coach Rice, offensive coach, no disrespect to Coach Jay. Stick to the defense, son. Get back over there and coach the defense and shut your mouth. We're talking offense. We're trying to score 50 points a game. We just need you guys to be okay. We got to be elite on offense. Coach Rice, they're looking at a offensive guard from Washington. I'll put his profile up right here. Do you think they're kicking the tires? We'll see what happens here. Do you think they need to add a guy in the portal, or do you think somebody else steps up? We've talked about I keep wanting to say Addison Nichols.
Jackson Lampley or Andres Carrick.
No. Sham. Thank you.
Sham sliding in.
I kept wanting to say Addison Nichols, even though he's not here. Shamrod Umarov, Jackson Lampley, or Andres Carrick. You going to the portal, or are you taking one of those 3 guys?
Oh, I'm good. I'm going to the portal. I want a proven guy. I want a guy that's been there, done that. I mean, 1 to 2 years experience. Give some of these freshmen that will be coming in, like Max Anderson or William White, some time to grow. And then maybe, the 25 class. But this guy that you got on the screen really fits the mold. He'd be a one and done guy, I think. Very physical, very quick. I think he'd be a great fit. I've said it in several of our videos. I think left guard would be our only weakness. On the offense, I would love to see Big Sham move to left guard, give him a shot to use his, I think, run blocking strength and his size. Me and Coach Jay were talking about it the other day. Imagine him at left guard next to big Lance Hurd at left tackle, and then the savvy veteran at center. I mean, it makes for a great offensive line. So, I really think going into the portal and getting an experienced left guard would be major for Tennessee football.
Matt, how you feeling about the offensive line?
I think that's the only question mark you have, right, for the 24 season at least.
Yeah.
That 25 is a completely different conversation that we could do a whole video on. But, the left guard – internally, we just don't have a lot of proven options, right? I mean, we've not seen anybody really step up. We saw Lampley in the bowl game and
got killed.
I mean, he got killed. I wonder, could you maybe see a Dane Davis slide in to play left guard? Some possibly. I know they like him in that tackle position in the backup tackle role too. If they can't get somebody out of the portal, but I'm right with Coach Rice. If we can go get a proven veteran out of the portal, do it. I mean, what else is there to lose if we're losing the whole line after this year anyway? Yeah. Right. So you might as well replace 4 of the 5 instead of just 3 of the 5 in my book. But you look at that offensive unit, I think that's the only question mark they have inside.
Yeah.
And if you put him in between, when you look at possibly two, you put him in between Hurd and Coop, then you might have one of the veterans be able to step in there as well. But if you can go get somebody, go get them. That completes your offseason in my books. If you can go get a left guard for sure.
I really hope this is a fake super chat. I don't know if it is or not. It might be my wife. She always says I'm going to sneak in and make a fake name and come troll you in the chat. I have no idea if this is real or fake. Babe, if this is real, YouTube's taking a bunch of our money right now. You're paying me to pay YouTube to take our money. So I don't know if this is real or not. Mrs. Boogie for 5 says, often imitated but never duplicated. We've been imitated a time or two. We've also had knives stuck in our back a time or two. I don't think this is real. I don't know. I'm about to text
Says
her.
your number one fan.
Congrats on 25K from your number one fan. Onward to 30K. Couldn't do it without her if it is her. I don't know that it's her.
We need a tweet to find out if this is real after this is over, Boogie.
I'm gonna text her as soon as I
we want an
drop this
update
off the screen.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna go upstairs and lecture her. Do you understand that we just lost money? Like you paid me to lose money. We lost. I'm gonna need somebody in the chat right now to drop at least $10 to try to make this right. What I just lost from my wife, or it could be a random. Imagine just some random dude, like a 400-pound dude sitting in his basement.
Easy now.
I'm Mrs. Boogie. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You got those guns on display. You got that
there you
tattoo
go.
popping.
Yep.
Shout out to my wife if that's her. I doubt it. Hold on. Let's see. Vol Nation becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate you, Vol Nation. Evan counts for 2 says Brock Vandergriff. November 2nd.
Is he still going to be there? With that Cohen guy leaving, possibly?
Spring portal's huge still.
Yeah.
I'll add on to what Matt was saying, and
my wife just confirmed that was her dropping that super chat. So shout out to the wife.
Awesome.
I love you and thank you. She is my
Awesome.
number one fan. She, you guys talk about sacrifices. If you could see her eyes every time I say I'm thinking about doing a fan call-in show, she goes. It's like looking at your child that just got in trouble. That's the way I get looked at when I say I'm going to do a fan call-in show. You guys get excited. She looks at me and goes, really?
She loves you,
All right.
Boogie. She loves you, man.
If she didn't, she wouldn't let me do this. All right.
Mrs. Boogie is a good one. I've known her for a long time.
Absolutely.
So Matt, you're talking about 2025 and the offensive line, and I know that's looking way ahead, but man, I think we're putting a lot of eggs in this 2024 basket, and things have a way of working themselves out if you win and if you reach your potential. I think 2024 is going to play a lot into 2025 and who we can bring in, and you talk about bringing in recruits and bringing in transfer, and then you got Glenn Ellerby, and we've talked about it before. He seems to be good at kind of developing guys, but he can't seal the deal with recruits. But you think about Alabama and all these seasons, and how they just built this snowball effect of you win 10 games, you win 9 games, you win, you get to the playoffs, and that just winning breeds success. So I think the momentum that Coach Heupel has captured in these first 3 years, I think you do have guys, taking notice of that, and guys like Harold, coming in and saying, hey, I want to be part of this. I see what's going on here. I see Darnell Tate moving over and having success and then going to the league and developing. And I want to emulate that because this is where I want to be. And you see guys like Jalen Hyatt go to the NFL and come in as a rookie and have success, and guys transfer in. And it's, I think that's what I'm talking about. Coach Heupel and staff evaluating talent, bringing it in, and then what we're seeing as opposed to previous coaching staffs, they see that talent and they find ways to put it on the field and they develop it. You don't have guys coming in with all this potential and plateauing and never really getting better. you have guys actually coming in, with all this potential, and then they're coached up and they execute and they make plays on the field and contribute, and they get better and then put themselves in a position to take that next step. And then they go to the NFL and they're finding success early. You look at a lot of the VFLs in the league right now that are finding that success. And I mean, it's one of those things. It's a cycle. And man, I can't say enough about Coach Heupel and this staff and how they're developing talent. That's one thing that I think the biggest difference in, X's and O's is one thing, but taking guys and, with all this potential and athletic ability and harnessing that and putting it into success on the field. This staff has hit some real home runs and gotten the most out of players.
Can't agree more with you there, Dauber. And you mentioned 25. The portal, as much as we dislike it, it's here to stay and it's not going anywhere. I mean, I hope they change that second time transfer rule at some point,
Yeah.
but the portal is going to be part of the recruiting classes every single year, and you're going to see that. How much of an advantage does Tennessee have to have every offensive lineman watch Nico for a full year and say, okay, I'm going to come block for him in his final year, and knowing there's opportunities and open spots coming up in the 25 season after all these guys graduate? And we haven't talked about it much, but it's GMAC Eve, right? I mean, if he commits tomorrow, you said it earlier this week, the difference of the Nico effect, possibly with the GMAC effect, is that GMAC's on the East Coast. So many East Coast kids come to Tennessee, that connection there on the East Coasters. The portal's going to be there whether we can develop them or not, right? And some of the guys that they brought in have not developed, some have left, and some absolutely have. And the ones that have shot up through the ranks and are going to go play on past the University of Tennessee. So I worry about 25. Obviously, it's way far off, but you got to think, if you're an offensive lineman in the portal coming in after a full year of Nico and he's got one more year final, you got a couple years left. I'm going to block in front of Nico and potentially GMAC and Merklinger. There's not a quarterback room in the country that can compare to that if it happens.
I think I think it is the best in the country. Who did I cut off? Go ahead, Jamie.
Talking about Jake Merklinger in the portal and all that. So if GMAC does make the commitment tomorrow, does Jake Merklinger, is he only going to see 1 year, or he going to dart, or where do you think he's at on that?
I think he stays.
I think
with Nico.
I think they both know that it's Nico's team for 2024 and 2025. They're going to compete in 2026, and whoever loses will probably hit the portal. But that's what I love about Jake, because Jake's like, I don't freaking care. I'm coming here to compete.
But I got a question for Coach Rice real quick. Coach, do you catch the Polynesian Bowl?
I caught some of it. I didn't catch all of it.
Did you catch any of Jake's highlights?
No, I didn't get to see that.
Okay, Jake's got a really big arm, and he's a baller, and I'm excited about him. The ball comes out of Nico and GMAC's hand different than it comes out of Jake's. For those of you who haven't seen it, there's certain guys that have that NFL arm talent right out of high school, and they are rare guys. They are all super, super rare diamonds. And if we get two of them, that's an embarrassment of riches. That's like the situation Clemson had there for a while, like the situation Bama had there for a little while. You're talking about two guys who've got the arm talent to be number one overall picks at your university over a span. So I think the staff knows it's go time, man, and it's time to get it, and and all that good stuff. But will Jake be able to fight through some of that?
Yes.
Maybe because he's got time, right? Yeah. Like if he didn't have that time under Nico, but he's probably gonna have 2 years before he's got to have that battle with GMAC. Yeah. And I think they're gonna have one hell of a battle personally. Now, will he get wet feet? A lot like we saw out of I can't remember the kid who went to Indiana.
Taven Jackson.
Taven Jackson.
Taven Jackson.
But that's
yeah,
fine.
gosh, his
That's
name.
fine though, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Will he get
It's
wet
okay.
feet when he sees that arm talent? Because all of a sudden you're in high school, you're the baddest dude, and then you show up to school and you're watching G-Mac and Nico throw that. That can pop out of your eyes, right? And like,
Yeah.
like if you're not an absolute dog and absolutely believe in yourself, it will hurt you. But I guess if he's not, then you don't want him there anyway. But
Well,
I think the extra time helps him. But sorry, Coach, go ahead.
no. But the thing is with Jake, the reason why they recruited him and love him coming to Tennessee, he's efficient. He's great, a great team player. His character is there's zero questions about his character. Competitive level is like that's why we talk about him all the time on this channel because of his competitive nature. Like who we all know, if G-Mac comes and Nico's here, he's caught in the middle between two, golden eggs that
just
we
like
all,
not just like Taven Jackson, but similar to Taven
yeah,
Jackson.
similar. And the thing is, that's why that's why they recruited him. They knew you're going to take a QB every cycle. That no matter what, you're going to take a single QB, if not two, every cycle, depending on what your room looks like. And Jake Merklinger is a competitive as a player as it can be. He's accurate. He's athletic. The difference is, and you're right, Coach Jay, there's NFL level throwing ability, elite NFL with the arm, just the way the ball comes out comes out. That's the difference between G-Mac, Nico, and Jake Merklinger. I love Jake Merklinger. I've said it millions of times on this channel. I think the dude is a dog. My QB, that's the type of QB I want. He wants to win so bad that he will do anything, and so he has that for him. And I will give him a shot at any type of battle competition for a starting QB job. I'm going to give him a shot. We all know Nico's going to be the QB the next 2 years, but 2026, even though, the early favorite will be G-Mac, when that happens, I'm going to give him a fair shot because of his competitive nature. You can't roll out that.
That's why I love it. That's why I love him. Yeah, you can't coach that. That's why I love him, because he is a competitor. He's a dog. He's a fighter. And that's why, like, a guy like Taven Jackson transferring to Indiana, I wish him the best of luck. I hope Taven goes and wins 1 million games. I hope he goes to the NFL, makes millions of dollars. Guess what I hope happens to Gerald Mincey? I hope he never wins another game.
Exactly.
I hope he finds the hardest.
Good shot of it wearing big blue.
That's just the reality of the situation. And let the chips fall where they may. This, like, it's college football in 2024, right? Let the chips fall where they may. We're gonna go back to being weird. We're gonna go back to being sentimental. We're gonna go back to talking about the channel. And then we'll come back to talk about Tennessee football. We're celebrating 25,000 subscribers, and everybody has their spot, right? We can talk about Coach Jay and what he's done in Dauber, and Coach Rice, and talking about how Mrs. Coach Jay holding down the chat for the ladies, and then Jenny is like, I'm here, and she's representing the ladies on the channel. That some of you in the chat are scared to come on. I'm like, Jenny's here, inviting you guys. Ladies, come on and hang out and talk Tennessee football. You can see Jenny's representing. She's inviting you guys to come on. This dude right here has made a name for himself. He is a Talkin VAWLS legend. He has sang on the show. He is our is it our pep rally guy? Like, I feel like when we need to go out the door and get ready for a game, it's him. So I want Ron the Don. Ron, I want you to be serious. I don't know if you have that in your bones. I don't know if you know how to be serious. Ron the Don, I want you to tell us what this channel means to you. 25,000 subscribers today, Ron. And you are, man, you're a part of the family. I love you, and I appreciate your passion, but I want you to be serious for a minute and tell me what you think about this channel, what it means to you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on getting 25K. That is a monumental feat, and it's more of a testament as to what you started here. Nobody has this. Nobody. And for those who may see this, they will try to copy and imitate it, but it can never duplicate it. This is something special. When people have voices who may not be able to get on a national broadcast, this is national to us because we're Vol fans. A lot of our lives have been entangled in ball mania, whether it's relatives who's played for Tennessee or kinfolk who's played for Tennessee or immediate family members who have Tennessee players. You know, it was like I was watching the game today. I was watching the Detroit game. Jalen Maven Reeves out there playing. Man, I used to play ball with his daddy before he got in the wheelchair. I mean, all these things, this is an avenue for us to come here to be fanatical ball fans, have a good time, talk to like-minded people who are just as crazy as we are. We can get hyped, we can be cool, but at the end of the day, we love our balls, we want our team to win. This is the best way you can come here and let it all out. Best cure for battered ball syndrome, right here in this channel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
We've been here for the highest of, not necessarily the highest of highs. We didn't get to celebrate a natty together, but
Used
we
to
had
be
some
therapy.
fun in 2022.
Used to be therapy, man.
And we've had the rock bottom. We like this channel. Like when I go back and look, reminding myself that the first ever episode, when it took place, it was like, oh, it was bad. 2016, it was bad. We've been through some bad times together, and that's why I'm so excited about 2024. I think it is the year that we take off because guess what? When Tennessee wins, it's good for business. That's when we grow, and so many people want to come and be a part of it. But Ron the Don, you man, I love what you bring to this channel. That's why we had to drop that link for you. Get y'all. How you feeling on this Sunday? Adding an offensive lineman, an elite offensive lineman, adding a defensive lineman. It's G-Mac Eve. George McIntyre is committing to Tennessee tomorrow. Spoiler alert. Get ready. Join me and Coach Jay. We're going to talk about it tomorrow
I refuse
morning.
to get excited about that because every time I get excited, then it
No.
doesn't happen.
No. It's
he was
happening.
having a bromance with Josh Heupel at the basketball game, y'all.
I saw that. I saw that.
It is happening tomorrow. George to Tennessee. There it is. There it is. You know what's weird? I've heard somebody say in the top there, the dude with the blue beanie on.
That is not Morgan Wallen.
I've heard somebody call him Morgan Wallen, and I've heard somebody call him Nico. So apparently we don't know what's going on. We have no idea what's going
That's
on.
not Nico.
In Thompson Bowling Arena. But George McIntyre is coming to Tennessee tomorrow, Ron the Don. How do you feel about that?
I think it's good. I think it's great, even though I don't care too much for the team you play for. They beat the stuffings out of all our local teams here in Clarksville. But it's great, though. I want this offense to be such a well scoring machine. I'm excited, but I'm trying to hold it in. I got a whole summer to go. I'm just trying to. It's going to be fantastic, guys. Boogie, you told us, 22? Just enjoy the ride.
Yes, that's 2024.
Enjoy it because it may have not happened. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it is coming. Yes, indeed. We're going to be on it. Every player we get it for the O-line, great. Nico needs that. I mean, he not needing it, but to have it, when we go on the field and it's 3rd and 8, we're not going to worry about it. We just brush it off. Next play.
Go to rock.
First down.
I joke.
It's coming. It's coming.
I joke that Michigan won this year, so they won in '97, we won in '98. So
Right.
And it was. Think about it. It was also the BCS was new. Now we've gone to a 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Stars are aligned.
They are
Stars
aligned.
aligned.
100%. I'm here for it.
Hey, Bug.
Yo.
So you talking about getting a little sentimental earlier?
Uh-oh.
Hey, when I first joined this channel, the twins were about 1.5 years old, and of course, we were on lockdown here at the house and couldn't get out and do anything. You watch the games on Saturday, and it's like I had nobody to talk to. Well, I run across this channel by accident, and my man Evan down there in the corner, he's from about 30 miles up the road, and found out the other day he was on here. So in your 25,000 subscribers, you got a couple right here within 30 minutes of each other. But I appreciate everything you do, man. And somebody made mention of being on a national outlet. I had the unfortunate pleasure of being on that guy on the SEC network that's bald headed and wears glasses.
No way. You got on Paul Feinbaum?
Oh, that's
Twice.
awesome. Oh, wow.
And this
Nice.
dude, he's to me, he's snippy. You have told me or have said to me a couple times on here, are you here to agree with me or are you here to argue with me? You can't argue with Feinbaum. He'll cut you off. He won't let you talk. He'll just hang the phone up. That's why I love you. Whether we agree or disagree, you'll go back and forth with anybody in here. It ain't just me. The guys that are on here on every single stream or whatever video you're posting, they know and they don't always agree with you. And that's why I love this place, because we're family. Sometimes we argue, sometimes we get along. It's family. And like I said, that time where the twins were born, I could just get on here and let loose and feel like I was just hanging out with my boys and girls, Miss Jenny. I thank y'all for that. This channel means the world to me. This is where there's no other place to get good ball content, in my opinion.
I appreciate that, man, because sometimes people disagree with me, and I fire back at them, and it's like, come back at me. Like, right? Like, fire back at me. That's what it's all about. Like, I got no problem with that. Let's disagree. Let's argue. I disagree with Coach Jay and Coach Rice and Dauber every day. Like, every day. That's what it's all about. We can argue and we can disagree. Just keep it civil. You don't have to go on the attack immediately. You don't have to be insults. Like, we're family. We can disagree and argue. That's what this channel's built on, man. Everybody, I make a joke because I love CM Punk, and I say the voice of the voiceless. And that's what it's about, giving you guys a voice. That's why I try to come on these fan call-in shows and sit back, and sometimes I get excited. I'm like, no, I got to talk. But I want you guys to have a voice, and I want you guys to have a platform. That's what I think that's what separates us. I think most of you guys
personality.
That. I love it. I love it.
The personality has to be.
I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this Mark Briscoe redneck kung fu shirt. I just got it today, and I asked my wife. I said, "Can I wear this in public?" She says, "That shirt is hideous." I said, I guess I'm wearing it on Talkin VAWLS.
There you go. Hey, is Bob in the backstage?
Bob's at the. You want me to put it out so Bob can get on here? I think he's dropped down to the dollar.
If Bob's back there, I will hop off just so Bob can get on, because I want.
All right, I put the link out. Every member of the channel has the link. We can only have 9 people on, so
I'll
we'll
hop off. I'll be in the background.
Right.
I want to hear him.
All right, bounce off, Coach Rice. Appreciate you, brother. Always a good time having you on, my man.
Love everyone on here, man. I
love you, brother.
Hey, y'all have a good rest of your night. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Let me catch up on
Nico,
some super chats. The link is out for everybody. Everybody that's a member of the channel for $1 a month. John Watts, been a member for 32 months. That's a long freaking time. Also drops a $5 super chat. Says, can't let Boogie lose any money. That's what I texted my wife, and I said, we just lost money. She said it took me 35 minutes to figure out how in the hell to change my name. So maybe she'll be like, because she's always lurking. Boys, y'all don't even know. She's always lurking. She's like, yeah, I popped in for 2 minutes and then dropped out. I'm like, you understand that destroys my analytics? Why are you dropping in for 2 minutes? It destroys my watch time. It turns me into Sports Talk Jay, where people only watch me for 2 minutes.
Aw, Sports Talk Jay.
Shout out Sports Talk Jay. I love the guy. First guy to text me and congratulate me. Thank you, John Watts, for the super chat. MG Wave for 5. Now that we have anchored the O-line, can we target some elite DBs? That's a question that everybody's asking. How about Jamal McCoy? I'm excited about him. Justin Smith becomes a member of the channel. Appreciate that, brother. You guys can do the same. Hit the join button down below. MG Wave for 5. Now that we have anchored the O-line, can we target some DBs? I already read that. Did I read the same one twice, or did that come through
twice? I think you said it twice, because they had elite DBs in the first one. So
yeah, I think that came through twice. See, I'm not an idiot. Thank you, Matt, for having my back. Good old Nate Pruitt, 300-pound MMA fighter. We were having a conversation. Let me read this. Cover charge, Boogie. God bless and go. Vols just left church. We'll get on if y'all are still going. Appreciate it, Nate. Hope you can make it. Justin for 5. Nothing to say, just a tip in the tip jar. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the support. Let's ask the panel. We'll bring Tracy on here. Bob bounced in and then bounced out. Let's ask the panel. MMA fight, Boogie versus anybody in the Knoxville media. Who you taking?
Boogie.
Boogie versus
I think
Austin
there's a
Price.
side. I think, yeah,
Definitely you, Boogie.
Thank you,
Okay,
bro.
Boogie versus Ben McKee.
I'm going
Still taking
Bugs.
Boogie.
I would hope so. Sweet
Jimmy
Jesus.
Himes has got you all.
I'm trying to think of the
Oh,
size of
Jimmy Himes
everybody.
gets on my nerves. He gets on my nerves. I'm sorry.
The
Dude.
fun one though was Boogie versus Eric Kane. That's the only fight that I
There you
kind of
go.
backed down a little on.
Candace got you by the age a little bit, man. You're a little
Played
older than me.
linebacker at
Still
Carson
fry.
Newman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
I was
he's ever
gonna say,
trained combat. I may.
Kyle Kerbersman's kind of big too. You
I
might struggle
I
with
do
it.
not want to fight him. No, no thanks. No, I'll pass on that one for sure. But Kaner kind of piques my interest. I don't know that he's ever trained martial arts. It would be interesting. We got a super chat here from Justin Smith for 10. It says 24-25, Nico 26-27, GMAC 28, Jake as a redshirt senior. Thoughts here at MTSU. Love watching the lives. Appreciate it. I think Jake will bounce. I think going back to the conversation we just had, I think Jake will bounce depending on how the competition plays out after Nico's gone. That's what I think.
Gosh, but if he stuck around like Joe did, I know it's not as long, but still, that'd be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
I
hard to get
mean,
into that.
you never,
Long
you
time.
never know. And sports talk Jay. He always says having 3 scholarship quarterback is a must, and I agree with that. We do need to have, I feel like 3 scholarship quarterbacks because you never know what's going to happen. It is, but look what happened with Peyton. You know, he was not supposed to start as a freshman, but he had to because we had no choice.
The world of the transfer portal makes that so difficult these days.
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
And I don't know if anybody saw the video today, right? It's not mentioned enough about how tampering affects the portal, right? About, and it's supposed to be against the NCAA bylaws to allow other teams to reach out to players while they're in school. Did anybody happen to catch, I think it was Bama Sports or somebody retweeted it today of Caden Proctor's reason why he went to Iowa. And the main reason he said was that when he was sucking in the SEC, that the Iowa coaches were reaching out to him at that time to tell him to keep his head up, that you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason that the relationship started to go back to Iowa, which is his home state.
That's the definition of tampering.
I did catch it.
Tampering, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so hard to keep kids, if they're not playing, especially quarterbacks, because it's the most on-demand position in the portal, right? I mean, you're seeing guys that are leaving and going 3 and 4 times. If Jake's here in 28, then somebody in the NIL collective has done their job.
But isn't he from that area as well?
Who? Caden Proctor? Yeah, Proctor's from Iowa, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was his headed too. He's trying to get back home so he can have his family watching him.
Yeah, for sure. And that had a lot to do with it for sure. But, it's just, I don't think he meant to call out them in that video, but he definitely did. he definitely threw out tampering. So, Jenny, I don't know. It would be great to see it. But that said, too, like Coach Rice said, you're going to go get a quarterback in the 26 class, the 27 class, the 28 class, because you have to, right? I mean, you absolutely have to. So if you get, kids that aren't playing, if they're not going to be here they're not either going to play the next year or they're not starting now, it's so damn hard to keep them because of the transfer portal.
I got one more person in the back room. If somebody that's been on since the beginning cares to bounce,
Hey,
I would appreciate it.
I'm going to jump off here. I just want to say, hey, man, congrats on the 25K. Like, that's insane. I just want to let you guys know, like, I've been around Tennessee football most of my life. My Uncle Kippy was a wide receiver coach, offensive coordinator there, interim head coach. My Uncle Sam was the bodyguard for the coaches from Fulmer all the way to I think Butch Jones. My aunt or cousin Heather, she was a secretary for the football coaches, and now she runs like something with the NIL for the Lady Vols basketball. Like, my family's in with Tennessee football, and so just having a place where I can come on here. My grandpa, who used to go to all the games with, he passed away a couple of years ago. So just having a place here where I know people are just as crazy about Tennessee football as I am. And just to know that anywhere I go, I'm telling you, man, I'm repping Talkin VAWLS. I'm letting people know. That's how me and Jamie got to talking after, like, we coach in the same town, everything. Like, So there's just a lot of good things about this in the community that I really appreciate. It might get on my wife's nerves sometimes when I try to jump on here late, but
Preach,
she
brother,
understands.
preach.
She knows I need somewhere to go and some people to talk to. So I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you and congratulations, man.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you for jumping on. Well, I'm committed, man. More fan call-in shows throughout the off season. So I appreciate that, brother.
Y'all have a good one. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Later, Evan. Me and Peyton gonna bounce too. Wave at him.
Oh, what a great name. You're named after a legend, bro. Do you know that? Do you understand me? Look at me in the eye.
Say yes.
Look at me in the eye.
Shake your head yes, Peyton.
That's a legend. He looks like my little one. He's like, shut up, Daddy. I think he's got the same tablet as mine does. He's like, shut up and let me watch Spider-Man.
Yeah, his twin brother Parker's running around here somewhere. And then, of course, Neelan and Jesse are somewhere in here.
Peyton and Neelan. I love it. I love it, brother. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your kind words earlier, man. When you guys vouch for this channel, that means a lot, man. So I appreciate that.
Oh, you're very welcome, my brother. Keep doing your thing.
All right, we'll catch up. We'll do another fan calling show coming up. Later, brother.
Later, Jamie. Later, see ya. See ya.
Hey, Boogie, were you getting some feedback on my end? I seen you muted me a while ago.
No, I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. You're good. We got Kenny Davis in the house. We got Jackie in the house. Now somebody's got echo.
Now somebody's got echo.
It's not Kenny.
It's probably Jackie.
Let's see who it is. Let's see who can we blame, Jenny? Who is it?
I think it's my sister.
It's Jackie. Jenny and Jackie. Jenny's a pro. Jackie's not. Jackie's not.
You gotta cut off
Jackie just put headphones in. If you got headphones, put them in, and that should fix it. Bob, go. Bob, I want you. Speaking of Bob, look at this dude. You guys talk about the journey of this channel. This is a dude that's been on the journey with me. Bob, Comic Book Bob, still doing the wrestling council. You guys know I'm wearing Redneck Kung Fu, supporting Mark Briscoe because I love wrestling. Comic Book Bob still doing the wrestling council every Tuesday night. Go sub him up. Bob helped me become a better YouTube guy. Like I talk about the journey and doing Comic Cast and doing the wrestling council. Like all those dudes taught me how to be better at YouTube, and Bob is one of those guys. I want to jump on, but I get on and play video games and drink whiskey and tell stupid jokes on Tuesday nights. So until Bob changes the night,
sing and DJ and everything else on Tuesdays too. Don't sell yourself short.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that. Is that a compliment or an insult? Regardless, Comic Book Bob's the man. I can tell that's a dude that has my back. So shout out Comic Book Bob. Appreciate it, brother. I will join you in Hollywood soon. If we can't do it on the internet, I'm going to come up to Ohio and we're going to go watch some wrestling together. Let's see. We're so full. Is Jackie good to go?
I just text her and see if she has had.
No, she's still. Let's do this. Let's add Bleed Orange. Bob, I want you to go. I want you to get sentimental. I want you to get weird, Bob. You're out of prison. You're in a home now. You got a nice backdrop. You look clean. You look like you've had a shower. What does Talkin VAWLS mean to you, brother? 25,000 subscribers, man. You're new. You're kind of new, but you are also a Talkin VAWLS legend. Honestly.
Yeah, 6 months I've been watching you. I was flipping through trying to find something from Tennessee football. Just something I could watch. And you were having to go live during one of your commitments, and it came up. So I watched it, and I loved how you did the live show, the commitment show, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And I popped, a couple statements in there didn't draw any attention. I'm like, okay, that's fine, And then I subscribed right there on the spot. I subscribed, and I watched for all the videos, and I started watching them. I'm like, oh, this ain't gonna work. I gotta see more, because like I said, I'm out here in BFE, Kentucky. It's either blue or that god awful red out here, and I don't like either color. Never have. And then I got to watching this channel. I'm like, no, I got to be a part of this, because it felt like family. It was like, and I'm not trying to go religious here, but those are people that go to churches that they move to a new area, so they start going to different churches, finding out which one feels right to them, makes it feel like home. And that's what I found with their channel. This is like home to me. This is my Neyland away from Neyland. I've been watching Tennessee football. I became a Tennessee football fan the first game in the 1972 season at Neyland Stadium against Penn State. Who also started their first game at Neyland Stadium against Penn State? Anybody know?
He's waiting.
Quarterback.
Oh, Condredge.
Condredge Holloway.
Oh, Jenny on the spot. Let's go. You question the women of the Talkin VAWLS Network. Come on. Are you kidding me? Bunch of dudes standing around staring at lights. Nobody knew. Jenny knew.
She did. Yeah, and we smoked them, and it was an electric atmosphere. And like it was said earlier, somebody said they went to their first, ball game, and they were hooked. Here I am, and I was hooked. Because trust me, there's no other environment much like Neyland. And it wasn't even a bowl then. It had an open end zone. So, yeah, it was great. And I've been involved ever since then. And I cannot imagine a place where I'd rather be during any live show than right here at Talkin VAWLS Network. And congratulations, Boogie, on 25,000. And I'm still going back and watching your old shows, whether you want me to or not.
Oh God, don't do it.
I'll do it.
I listened to the first one, and I was like, should I share the first ever episode tonight and play it? And I'm like, I can't stand my voice. Like it sounds.
But for me,
nobody
I've been around Tennessee football since 1972. I've watched this history play out. So I wanted to know the history of my favorite YouTube channel. And that's the only way I can do it is go back and watch it from the beginning and come up to date.
I'm going to do the same thing, Bob.
But let me tell you something. And I go on the attack a lot because I'm aggressive. I'm passionate. You guys know that. Coach Jay and my wife talk me off a ledge all the time. On a daily basis, they talk me off of a ledge because I get so mad. But it's like when I first started YouTube, I thought I had to be somebody else. I thought I had to be something different, right? I had to come on and act a certain way or say a certain thing. And throughout all this failure of I'm going to be a comic book YouTuber. And guess what? I interviewed some of the top creators at Marvel. Like some of the Kelly Thompson that took over a comic book from Brian Michael Bendis, Jessica Jones. He created it. Kelly Thompson was the only other person to write it. We interviewed her. I interviewed some top people at Marvel, and I was always trying to figure out who I was and who. And it wasn't until probably 3 to 4 years ago that I was like, I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to get on, and I'm going to be who I am. And some dude commented on the video I made about G-Mac a couple of days ago and said, I've been a broadcaster for 40 years. You need to slow down. You need to look at the camera. You need to smile more. You need to breathe. You need to stop being so energetic. And I didn't respond to him. I'm going to respond to him right now. No, I'm going to be who I am. Why am I so energetic? Why can't I breathe? Why do sometimes in my videos I need to go because I'm excited.
You're great.
Because I'm excited. Because when Lance Hurd commits to Tennessee, I'm excited. That's real. That's authentic. I'm fired up. I'm like I can't breathe because I'm so damn excited. So I'm not trying to be a radio voice. I'm not trying to be a media guy.
And you say this every. That's
nobody
your disclaimer.
Listens. Jenny, nobody listens. Like they're like, hey, breathe, smile at the camera. Can you wink? Can you put a little blush on? No, I'm a lunatic. I like it's like Coach Rice said earlier. The conversations in the back room are where it's at because we're all psychotic, passionate Tennessee fans. It's the conversations off air that you get on air with this channel because I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. I am me. I found my voice. I'm confident with who I am, and I don't care. Like it's just what I'm going to do. It's what I'm going to do.
And that's just what drew me to this channel is your passion.
Exactly.
That's what drew me. Your passion and the passion of everybody else in the chat and everybody that you have on the show. It's your passion, and you can't fake that. You know they can sit in their little media rooms and in front of their cameras and they can read off their teleprompter. Well, I don't want that. I want somebody that just is passionate about Tennessee as I am, and that's what I found. And thank you for that.
Yep, that's the way
And
to do it,
Boogie,
for sure.
You're always going to be your toughest critic. I
Uh,
can't stand to listen to my voice, and I sing. And people say I have this great voice. I feel like I suck,
You
but
and Rhonda
people
Dawn
think
need to do a duet.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh my, Bob's matchmaking. Jenny, you single? Rhonda Dawn, you single? What are y'all doing later tonight?
Well, no, they both sing, and Ron's got the guitar. Just let them do a duet.
Let's go.
There you go.
Talking
Let's
Balls
hear it.
theme song.
New intro video, Boogie.
Let me catch up on some super chats. It got weird. Pecan for 5 says, thanks for the tip. Watch every video for 1 minute or less and exit. Thank you, Pecan. I appreciate your 60 seconds of watching. You know, the way the internet works, that Neeland intro I played earlier when I brought the boys on, I've heard that it takes too long and I need to stop playing it, and I've heard it's the greatest thing ever. I love seeing Neeland.
I like
perform.
it.
No, it's sweet. I like it. It's sweet.
I stole it from I think
It's
it was
an
State,
insurance
State
thing.
Farm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it State Farm? Who is it that I can't remember who I stole it from. I think it was
can't
State
remember.
Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% stole. You can kind of see their logo flash in as I delete it and put the Talking Balls logo. Neither here nor there. Jackie, shout out Jackie, becomes a member. She's got headphone problems. We'll get that dialed in.
She said she had them. I think she had it up in the background. I told her. I texted her.
Okay. Pecan for 5 says, thanks, freaking voice to text. GBO, next season, going to be fun. He must have felt bad because he gifted 10 Talking Balls memberships. That's a ton. Shout out, Pecan.
Wow.
That's a long time
Attaboy,
listener,
Pecan.
man. Long time listener. You talk about arguing with people. I've argued with that dude maybe more than anybody. Him,
I don't
Brandon Scott. Let's see, who else? There's been a bunch of you guys that I've argued with more than I argued with Dauber's closed his camera before and left the show. So there's that. All right, we're 2 hours in, but look, we got a few guys that just dropped in. Kenny, Bleed Orange, 30. Let's go Bleed Orange. Tracy's also in the house. We'll get your opinion as well. Bleed Orange, you're a long time listener. First time fan call in?
No, I've been on several times. It's just I have crappy internet where I live, so I don't want to get on and be an issue and then have to get right back off. But
wait, so are you and Bob in the same location? What's going on here?
No, I'm in a little podunk town called Domino, Texas, just south of Texarkana right now. But I've
Barely
been
in
on
Texas.
Yeah, barely. I'm like 6 miles from the Arkansas border. But no, I've been on for a while. I try and catch them when I can. I work a lot in the oil field, and man, I tell you, what drew me into this channel was you and Dauber and all the guys that come on and talk, and just the passion. I'm that passionate. My family can't stand it. Bless their hearts. They're Ole Miss fans.
Old misery.
Yeah. But I've been a fan since 1990. I went to a game with my father just a couple years before he passed away. And originally I'm from Florida, but we moved to Tennessee, Chattanooga, before I was 1. And so he took me to a game. I didn't really know what to expect. I enjoyed Andy Kelly and all those guys that were on the team at that point.
Let's go.
And so my dad worked on the radio in Morristown, where he's from, and he had a little pass, little media pass. How the hell it got us in the locker room, I don't know. But I got a picture with Johnny Majors and Andy Kelly and a few of the guys that were on the team at that point. And from then on, man, that was just my dad passed when I was 12. So, I mean, I take that with me every time I've been to Neyland, and that was the Kentucky game. We won 42-28. I remember that game like it was yesterday. And it was just awesome to get to go down in the locker room. And, it was awesome. My dad got that picture and sent it to Johnny Majors. He signed it, and I still got it today. Had it framed.
Awesome.
And I've been a Vols since then, man. And it was hard because half my family's Florida and Florida State, having to deal with all that bull crap, but it is what it is.
You got those memories with your
man.
dad, though, right? That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I even actually converted my uncle, too. My uncle fell on some hard times, and we moved into Chattanooga back in 2005 when I got out of the Marine Corps, or 2007 when I got out of the Marine Corps, sorry. And he all Florida, and then I think I took him to the Vandy game of all games. Anyway, we blew him out, and he went to the Cheez-It Bowl. I was so jealous. he's living back down in Florida now, pulling for Tennessee. So
I went. I was there.
yeah, he had a great time. I wish I could have went, but you know,
It was fun. It was fun.
it looked like it for sure. Getting to see all the young kids play and all that stuff. But man, I tell you what, man, I appreciate this show. Sometimes I'm in the dump, man, and I'll listen to your show, and it pulls me right out for sure. I thoroughly enjoy Coach Rice, Coach Jay on there as well with their breakdowns and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about football that I forgot. Not to get sentimental, but I was injured in Iraq and had injuries and stuff, and I tried coaching football for a little while, and I was like, man, I just ain't got it like I used to. So it was fun to get to coach my kid, but I was like special teams. You know what I mean? I didn't remember a whole lot, but I listen to those things, man. It's just great to hear their perspective, offense, defense, and then hear them go at it, and then all that fun stuff. Man, it's great.
There's so many layers I want to attack here. You being injured in Iraq, like I've told multiple stories. Sometimes I've told what happened to my little brother and when he came back from Iraq. I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to. Some people say certain things about what happened to him when he came back from Iraq. He was never the same, and that's just it is what it is. My older brother served in the Air Force. My grandfather served in World War II. I never served, man, but I've always been a dude that supported and respected and appreciated our military, and that's why we're doing what we're doing on Wednesday night at 7:00. Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy to think that 2 years ago we came up with this idea, and Tim Bradley, he's not in the chat, but he's a Talkin VAWLS OG, served in the Army, still serving. I think he still serves in the Army Reserves.
Just got a commendation. I think the other day.
We were talking about doing something for charity. And I said, Tim, I want to do something for the military. What we could do? He recommended the Fisher House Foundation. So we just did a live stream. And I said, I'm going to take all the Super Chats and I'm going to donate them. So I calculated the Super Chats. I wrote a check and we sent it off to the Fisher House Foundation. It was a couple of $100 and that was it. Last year, we donated $3,000. Wednesday night, Kyler Kirbyson, Jason Swain, VolQuest, Go Vols 247, A to Z Sports. Everybody is going to be right here on the Talkin VAWLS network. Do you think Go Vols 247 would welcome VolQuest to their channel? Not going to happen. You think VolQuest is going to let A to Z Sports come on their channel? Not going to happen. We're going to do it right here on the Talkin VAWLS network because I see it. I think our audience is truck drivers and it's military men and women. That's what our audience is, and that makes me proud. That makes me happy. That excites me, and that's what I want to give back to. I want to give back to our military. The Fisher House Foundation, if you're not familiar, they're like the Ronald McDonald House. It's like if you were injured in Iraq or whatever the case may be, they're going to support your family, and we're going to support them, and it's going to be a fun – man, I am so proud. I'm so proud. We talk about the community and what we built and 25,000 subscribers, and some people sit back and they scratch their heads and go, how does this idiot that's a Tennessee fan have more subscribers than me? This is how. We're going to support our military. Be here Wednesday night. If you're sitting on a Super Chat and you're like, I'm going to come hang out with Boogie Tuesday night and I'm going to buy a football player, sit on it. I'm going to play football Tuesday night, and we're going to talk Tennessee football. We're going to have fun. I don't care if I make a dime. Sit on those Super Chats and save them for Wednesday night at 7:00, and we're going to give every single freaking penny to the Fisher House Foundation. What's up, Nate? Good old Nate Pruitt's in the house. What's up, brother?
How's it going, everybody? You doing all right?
You came in while I'm preaching. You just look like you got done preaching, brother.
Preach on, brother.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get sentimental there.
No, I love it. I love it because I love when somebody in the chat mentions the military, and it's confirmation for me why we do what we do on Wednesday night. And I'm going to tell this to Jason Swain to his face on Wednesday night when he's on the show. He and Ben always talk about giving back with their platform, and that's what motivates me to do it, man. 25,000 people, I'm blessed. Let's give back. It's not all about me. This channel pays my bills, and I'm grateful. But let's take a night and let's give back. That's what it's all about. So I'm glad, Bleed Orange, when you bring that up. Good old Nate Pruitt, preach to me, brother.
Man, I'm glad to be able to make this live. Congratulations on the big timing now. I thought about coming in and getting out of these church clothes, out of this monkey suit, but I figured on such an occasion, you might as well have it, right? Gotta dress for success. And
That's
man,
right.
congratulations
That's why I've
on
got this
everything you've done, man.
redneck kung fu shirt on because I'm dressed for success.
Yes, sir. Oh man, I love it. I love everything about the Talking Balls, man.
Let me catch up on a couple of super chats real quick. Major Wooten becomes a member of the channel. Alcoholic. Is that what I am? An alcoholic? It might be. Becomes a member. Then he upgrades his membership shortly after. So we appreciate that, brother. Trav drops a $20 super chat. Nothing to say. Just a tip in the tip jar, but that's still an orange. Boy, we'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Shout out, Trav. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the $20. Let's throw it over to. Did Eric leave? Eric left.
He left a while ago.
And he gone. He like, I'm out.
Bed, he said.
He had to put the kids to bed.
I'm out. We got Jackie. We got Jackie in the back. I want to get her on. Matt.
Yeah,
does somebody care to bounce? Yeah, somebody care to bounce so we can get Jackie on. Appreciate you, Matt. Appreciate all your hard work, brother. We got to iron out a schedule for 2024 because I want you to be a part of it.
Absolutely, and congrats again, my friend. You know, I was going to ask Coach Jay too. Maybe leave you guys with this, but I don't know if you saw the video today, and I know Coach Jay, it's out there in Cali a lot, but the Jackson Moy commitment, right, and the Polynesian culture that we brought into Tennessee, we keep on seeing it come more and more and more. I want to hear that. I'll hang up and listen to that. But again, Boogie, congrats, man. Let's connect and figure out a schedule because I'm down for it 100%.
We had it before with Jesse Mololona, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I knew Jesse. He was a good dude. Jesse Mololona.
Yeah, absolutely. A great dude. I believe we got him from Orange Coast Community College out here in Anaheim. Great kid, man. Great motor on that kid.
He was a beast too, but he was a nice dude. He was so nice.
Yeah.
From one veteran to another, thanks for your service, Bleed Orange.
No, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate your services. Very simplified.
Who else is who has served? Jenny, didn't you serve? Did you serve?
No, my dad did, but no,
Your
I
dad.
didn't serve.
That's awesome too, though. That's awesome too. Bleed Orange served. Kenny, anybody else? I know there's so many people in the chat, man, and I love that part of this community. Let me catch up on some super chats. Wade for 5 says, I went to my first Tennessee in Hype's first year when he played Georgia, and the environment was absolutely electric, and one day I'll join the show. Wade, we're putting you on blast. We're also putting the ladies on blast because, look, it takes the Van family. The Van family are the only females that have the guts to come on here and talk Tennessee football. There's so many ladies that, although Mrs. Coach J came on and showed her toes one time, it got weird, and I said, she may be banned from the channel. Sometimes things get weird. But, ladies, you are welcome to come on for a fan call-in show. Look at this guy, Dan Wright.
Wow.
Dan Wright.
Putting down the hammer.
That's the biggest super chat of the month. That is the biggest super chat of the year. That's the biggest super chat of the night.
I wish I had that money.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
I feel like we got to play this one too.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Maybe even this one.
Rocky Top!
But I'm really feeling this. I don't believe there are good people that pull for Georgia. I think they're all terrible, ugly, disgusting human beings. I think it's just that no, there are no good Georgia fans, Eric. There are none. Dan Wright for $300. I said this the other night when James dropped a $200 super chat. I don't know how to react. I don't even know what to say. $300 is so generous. It's awkward. Like, how do you respond to it? He's the biggest donation of the year, the month, and the stream. He says, Hurd and Big Mac is impressive. The fall of Alabama, hashtag GBO. Ole Miss, South Carolina, Missouri, Florida games. The mobile QB, and how do we get teams off the field on 3rd and 4th downs? If we want to talk championships, we have to fix this. I'm going to throw it to the defensive coach on the panel, Coach Jay. How do we get teams off the field on 3rd and 4th downs?
We got to develop the young talent at corner. You know, whether you're looking at Jermod McCoy or Ricky Gibson, I think this offseason is going to be big for both of them. But in fairness to both of them, I think they can absolutely do it. We got to find some good depth in our safeties and the youth of the safeties. I think Boo Carter does find his way onto the field quite a little bit in the star position.
Oh yeah.
Tennessee likes to run with two stars, and I think he definitely finds the field as one of them. I'd still like one more true free safety, like really really strong, fast free safety. We'll see if we can find one. We've been kind of, picking people in that position group, but overall, man, I think we got to get better at corners because look, we can get after the quarterback right now, right? Our defensive line is deep, fast, strong, young, old. They just got everything, right? Every tool in the toolbox. So yeah, I think that's all in the development of Ricky Gibson and Jermon McCoy, but I think they're up to the task.
Let me ask you this, Coach Jay.
Mhm.
What do you think Keenan Peely being back and hopefully not being injured and having a full season, how do you think that plays into the defense?
I think it's going to help a lot. He naturally plays opposite side that Beasley played. I think that hurt us a lot. We ended up having to rotate Beasley at what position he was playing. Some of the year he played Mike, some of the year he played Will, right? So, and I think we didn't have enough continuity at that position. As young as our other linebackers were, and other teams were able to put them in conflict, specifically in pick post concepts. So I think it means a lot. I think you can settle in with Arian possibly at the middle as a true Mike. Even T-Lander, in my opinion, sits better in that true Mike position. So I think it's going to help exponentially that we can do that.
I mean,
absolutely.
I think Peely was a huge loss because coming in, that's a guy that was a captain for BYU, coming in with experience, and it seemed like 2 years ago we couldn't get home, we couldn't get pressure from the front, the defensive front, and this year the defensive front seemed to bring the pressure, but the second and third level of the defense sort of dropped off there, and that was problems that showed throughout the season. I think this year, providing people stay healthy, you've got a pretty stout front line. You've got experience at linebacker, and like you said, hopefully some of these young guys can develop and show out at your safeties and your corners, and really that's been the question. The offense, putting up video game numbers, and then we go to Milton, and you do have a step back because he was not. I don't think he was as
elite
at running the scheme as Hooker was. I think it was a lot of look to the sideline, check with me.
It was too much of that.
You saw in the bowl game, Nico ran the offense, I think, as Hooker did, the way it's supposed to. With the speed, with the okay, let's go, let's get to the line, see it, call it, go. And Milton was a lot of, get to the line, okay. I'm not reading the defense. Look over here. What's the call? So it's kind of stalled and sputtered things out. But, I think moving into 2024, I think you've got Nico running at quarterback the way it's supposed to be. But the question has been defensively, can we, and 2 years ago it was, can the defense do enough? Can the defense just, hold because the offense is going to score? And I think this year, I think the offense is going to score. I think Nico's going to run the offense. Is the defense going to be able to? I don't even think they're going to just hold. I think the defense is going to be good. So
if we could score on Iowa, I mean, I don't care what people say about their
I don't know,
how.
I don't know.
I don't. You know what?
I'm not sold on Iowa.
they don't have they didn't play a lot of great offenses. I get it, but they did play Michigan, and we scored on them more than Michigan did.
That's true.
You have to take that in consideration.
Like I said at the beginning of the show, I don't think you can base the bowl game off of the
That's true.
2023
That's true.
season.
That's true.
Because you had so many people opting out and this and that and the other. But I'm excited for 2024. I'm excited for what this coaching staff is doing and the momentum and the trajectory of the program.
Yeah, and listen, I've said this a couple times. I think you're going to see a completely different Nico at the start of the season coming up. I mean, you get one of those kids who kind of learns really well, like Nico, and always will get better. And off season's a long time for him, so I expect Nico to be much improved moving forward too. But yeah, it's all going to come up to the defense, man. It's all going to, like at the end of the day, because when you get into the playoffs, a 12-team playoff with other good teams. Defense, you need a sticky defense, man. You can't just survive on offense alone, right? Because one game, someone's going to come up with the right defensive plan and be playing good football with a good team, and you're going to need your defense to be there when it gets sticky.
I'll say this, Coach Jay. I truly think that they knew Milton was not going to play in the bowl game, and they had a month to work a Nico offense into the game plan. You give them an off season to set up an offense for Nico. It's you look at the last season going into the Orange Bowl against Clemson. It was Hooker's offense that Milton came in to try to run. It really wasn't designed for Milton, but he came in and he was able to have success and do well against the Clemson team. I think it's the same sort of thing. That they worked stuff in that was designed for Nico, but this team has practiced all year based on an offense that was schemed for Joe Milton. So
yeah,
I think moving into 2024, now the playbook is open wide up for Nico.
Yeah, I don't want to. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead because you were probably talking about something that he just said. So go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say. I mean, the playbook's going to open up, and I think it's going to be. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think Nico's going to take it way faster than what he did in the bowl game. Yes. And our defense, I think the defense is going to step up for sure. Just like Heupel said, he wants to play elite defense. We'll get there at some point. We'll see if Tim Banks is going to be the guy, but so far he's improved every year. So. I think there's going to be some improvement. I think there's going to be better linebacker play. I know we had some issues, injuries, and things like that. And I think these young cats back in the back and a couple that we've brought in, we got some ballers. And I'm not worried about receiver either. I think receiver is going to be great.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
Effective is that when they can predict what third down is going to be. Stop on first down, stop on second down, third down. If our defense can actually dictate what the other people's offense is going to do, we will be killer because they only have so many options. We can fortify our defense to counterbalance their options is what we're going to do, and that is it's going to be
and for me, I'm thinking James Pierce and Boot Carter and all this fresh blood coming in and the veterans we got coming back. I think our defense can dictate the way offenses play us. But we not only need that, but now we have an offense that's going to have players on it who will dictate the coverage they get. I think Squirrel will step it back up. I think Nico for sure. The secondaries on these teams are going to start having to pay a lot of attention to us.
Absolutely.
Does anybody know how much eligibility that Moy has?
2 years, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 2 years.
I think two.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 years. Absolutely. Very cool. Kenny, what's up, man? How you been?
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. What you think of the defense next year, Kenny?
Man, I'm stoked. I am. I think that we're moving in the right direction. We definitely have some guys that are going to be challenging the quarterback and everything. So, I mean, this is everything, like you said earlier, throwing in all the chips. We kept who we needed to keep, pushed out who we needed to push out, and, Hype is, going in. He's going to go all out. And, it's going to be this year, next year. We got it. Nico's a man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna yellow.
I had to pee so bad. I went upstairs and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "They don't want to end the show, but I have to pee." Sometimes you gotta message the group and say, "Boys, I'm out. I have to pee." I gotta catch up on super chats real quick. Let me catch up on super chats. Angry Titan for 10 says my daughter is in Iraq and has to have an emotional support dog when she gets home in 2 months. Constantly getting attacked. Thanks for the military support. They need it more now than ever. They do. Once you serve overseas, you're never the same. And I don't talk a whole lot about my little stepbrother. I've said it on air before what happened to him when he came back. He was never the same. I will just say he's no longer on this earth. He never recovered from coming back from Iraq after serving multiple tours. And so many people here take that for granted, what our military does. And not only what our military does, what their family goes through, man. Like what their family goes through. And that's why I can take this, like, to me, 25,000 subscribers is huge, but it's small in the grand scheme of things. But I can take this little platform and try to do something special with it and try to give back. And that's what we're going to do on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Pecan for 5. Alex Golish had a lot more to do with our tempo than people like to think or give him credit for. Go, go, go. Offense style will never be like it was.
I don't agree with that.
We'll see what happens in
I don't agree with
2024. I think people are going to change their mind in 2024 when Nico is behind Cooper Mace. I think they're going to change their mind. I think that's a scapegoat. Jenny, you're passionate about that. What do you think?
I don't agree with that at all because it's known that Heupel runs the offense. I mean, I'm sure Golish and I'm sure Housley, they had or have some say, but it's still Josh Heupel's offense. I don't agree that it's not going to go fast just because we don't have Golish. I think that's a cop out.
And I think if you watch the Iowa game, that tempo kicked back up.
It did.
Bob, are you in Antarctica? What is going on, Bob?
I'm outside having a cigarette. I'm outside having a cigarette.
Your 3 girlfriends? Wait. Your 3 girlfriends don't let you smoke inside?
No, it's not that. I just don't smoke inside the new spot.
Because your 3 girlfriends get mad at you. That's what happens, Bob. You're sophisticated now. You got out of prison. You got a nice cabin, and your women don't let you smoke inside. By the way,
I live alone.
With 3 women. By the way, this dude in the chat, not Wayne. I love Wayne. Wayne's the man. This guy, I got a problem with. I forgot to mention, we've got 2 winners of 2 T-shirts because we hit what was it, like 600 people in the chat Friday night. You guys love Talkin VAWLS on a Friday night. We had 600 people. I got to give away 2 free shirts, and I put it in the Google randomizer. All you members that left comments, and this idiot left a comment. Nelson from Jackson left a comment, and he went into the randomizer, and he won it.
Congrats,
and I never wanted to fake a giveaway more than I have right now. But Nelson won a free shirt. So shout out to Nelson. Also shout out to VFL Willie, who I've not seen in the chat tonight. They were the 2 free winners. So Nelson, you can hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me your address. Let me know what Nico shirt you want. I mean, chosen one shirt. It's not Nico.
Yeah, get it right, bud. Come on.
There's no NIL deals. There's no payment. Nelson, you loser. Let me know what you want. What chosen one shirt? Look, I knew he would celebrate. He's out there like this dude. This dude buys drums like I buy socks. Like it's every other day. The dude's got a new drum set. He's like out there playing at church, like living the dream. Look, you see this? You see this, Coach Shay? Do you see this?
I see it. I see it. It's funny.
I'm gonna put out a shirt that says Khalifa Keith is slow. That's going to be the shirt that goes out. Nelson, you can have a free Chosen One shirt. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know your size, what color scheme you want, all that good stuff. Also, VFL Willie, if you're watching the replay, let me know. Also, in the morning, we will let you guys know. We got to wrap up the fan call-in show, but guess what? We're going to be right back in a matter of hours. 9:45 a.m., it's GMAC Eve. George McIntyre going to make his decision early in the morning. Myself, Coach Jay, we're going to be live. We're going live at 9:45 a.m.
Oh gosh, Coach Jay.
It's 6:45 for him.
And for me.
I got to be up.
He's getting to sleep in. It's a normal Friday stream. He's up at 6:30. He got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Got all the time in the world. We're gonna count you down to the commitment of George McIntyre. He's a Vol. Get ready. We're gonna celebrate. The positive energy with Vol Nation is gonna continue in the morning. So make sure you guys tune in for that. 25,000 subscribers. Let me drop everybody. Jenny, Bleed Orange, Kenny, Bob, Ron the Don, Connor, Michael. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna drop you guys. We're gonna wrap up the show. We appreciate you guys tuning in for this fan call-in show. And then there were 25,000 subscribers, boys. How are we feeling as we wrap up a 2.5-hour fan call-in show? Coach Jay, any final thoughts on just this grind that we're on?
Man, I hate Alabama and Georgia.
Should I just play the outro?
Terrible. No, but besides that, no, totally awesome. Yeah, just a good feeling, man. It's awesome. I always say it, football's family, and awesome to see the community growing so large, man. Super proud of it, and it's always good to find your tribe, man. And I feel like a lot of people on this channel have kind of found their tribe. So awesome stuff, man. And we're gonna keep working, and heck yeah, I'll be up at 6:45 to watch George McIntyre come to the University of Tennessee. I'm all in.
By the way, we're back on the grind too Friday. Me and Coach Jay going back to work on the film breakdown series. So tune in for that as well. Dylan for 5 says, didn't listen in tonight, so I have something to listen to at work tomorrow. Came in to see 2 hours and more. Keep the conversation rolling, y'all. Appreciate it, Dylan. Thank you for the super chat, brother. He is a Talkin VAWLS OG. Appreciate the support. Dauber, what final words on the way out the door? 25K, brother. You've been my ride or die. You've had my back when other people want to stick a knife in. You countered that and said, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say you had my back. You had my back. I got your back. You got my back.
Get in where you fit in. I mean, this is something special. It is a community. It is therapy. It is something else. I'm so thankful and humbled and happy to be a part of it, and just enjoy the ride. It's been amazing to be a part of this and see it grow and see everything that you've done, buddy. I appreciate you. I love you. This is something special. And like I said, I am thrilled to be a small part of this. And even if I was not here on the regular, you got 25K that come in, join, jump in, and it is something that it brings people together. It just, when it gets in you, Tennessee sports, Tennessee football, when it grabs a hold of you, we share that commonality. It's something special. And I thoroughly enjoy my time here. Boogie changed hats.
I mean, Nelson's going to yell at me. I got to freaking pay like $30 to send him a shirt. Brian's been a member for 23 months, been here almost 2 years. Loved every moment. We appreciate you, Brian. Also, Rolly Season drops a 5 and says 25-4. And then he stops, and then he says, here's another $20. That's an Orange Boy. Let's play one last clip on the way out the door, celebrating 25,000 subscribers.
Rocky Top!
He says, 25K song at a guy's. Is he drunk? Has he been drinking? What does 25K song at a guy's mean? I mean, I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the love. Maybe he wants to hear. I don't know what he wants. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Dauber summed it up, man. Like, it ain't just me. Everybody wants to praise me. And look, the reality is I bust my ass for this channel, but so do you guys. Like, Dauber makes sacrifices. Rolly Season says, I meant $25K for $25 for $25K. I screwed it up. All right, we got you, bro. We got you on the way out the door. It ain't just me. It's a team effort, man. Surround yourself with people that bust their ass, that work hard and know what they're talking about, and you're going to ride it all the way to the moon. All the way to the moon. This is fun, man. We celebrated 25K. We talked about the positivity. Guess what? We got more coming your way in the morning. George McIntyre, Orange Lock. Tune in, 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. Me, Coach Jay, going to go live. We're going to break down a little film. We're going to break down a little junior season highlights, and we're going to take you all the way up to the commitment from 5-star quarterback George McIntyre. He's the domino effect. I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody that was a part of this stream, man. It was a fun celebration. I know I rambled a lot at the beginning, but I had a lot I wanted to say, man. Like, I'm grateful for you guys, for this community. It's insane how much this channel's changed. So I'll just sum it all up by saying I am grateful. For Coach Jay, for Dauber, my name is Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and